one and all cruise mates. It's your wonderful windmates, your cruise ship captain, chatreuseproxy, ever at your service. I was a little high right there, but we're all good now. But I'm gonna be chilling with more Treat Serve Delicious tonight, everybody. Start of a new week. Got a lot of things to talk about, cover, and show out about. Most of all, I'm gonna be joined by a good amount of friends today as I just, chill out and just have a good time. So let me get back to them real quick as I go to Discord. Oi!
Oi!
Hello! I'm live on
Hi.
stream now, so would you like to say anything to all the lovely people?
Hello.
Evo was crazy, that's what I'm gonna say.
Evo was crazy. Hello, Evo was crazy. How are you? You know, you're supposed to say your name and introduction.
Yes, I know. Hi, my name is Kaito Nasa. I'm a member of Gale Force.
So, I'm mine.
Yikes. Hello,
Hello.
Ein, bottom text.
I'm Pyro. I'm just a random person that they kidnapped.
No, the burrow up stop was banned, so I can't kidnap anybody else.
Yet.
Was it Flanny that banned
Yeah.
the burlap sack?
Keeps showing we have enough people, and I'm like, what do you mean we have enough people? And then she's like, cruisy, and I'm like, fine.
We never have enough.
We never learn.
We'll give it another month.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see.
I say
Hey.
give it another month before Flanny's like, oh, we need to add someone else.
And then
I
we'll
mean,
probably...
I did get my PC finished, so I actually can start soon.
Hey, let's go.
We'll,
PC
we'll,
gang.
we'll see how we get you on the pipeline, Pyro.
Yep. So yes, Kaito, I don't know if you saw, but a couple days ago in media, I posted pictures of my new custom-built PC. We finally got it finished.
I saw it. It's insane.
Yep, the most expensive thing I have ever bought.
Now, you wanna know the other expensive thing that you need to buy?
What?
A reference for yourself. Cause seeing the TF2 logo's all cute and all, but promises are made to be kept, aren't they?
I know an artist.
I should probably get one. The
Don't
thing is,
dress yourself.
I know. I did have an old reference. The thing is, that was drawn by my ex, so I probably need to get a new one
Don't
made.
worry yourself. Don't worry yourself. But first and foremost, Calvin in chat says, put one grain of uranium on the menu. Haha, no. Owie, hey Owie, how you doing?
1 grain of uranium.
For those of you that don't know, I am playing Treat Serve Delicious, because I do love playing Treat Serve Delicious. And it takes place in kind of like a post-apocalyptic America, where we have such phenomena such as Texas walling itself off and becoming its own independent nation, New Orleans being destroyed and being rebuilt as Newer Orleans, where it's radiated contaminated, and because like a fourth of the United States is underwater, Nashville, Tennessee is the new capital of the United States.
And Florida is gone, much like it should be.
Yeah, Florida, well,
Good.
yeah, we have like a little divot, but otherwise red versus blue was correct.
Look,
Red versus
nothing
blue
of
is
value
correct.
was lost, okay?
Oh no! Why am I dragging Kaito off the screen? Oh no! Whoever could have predicted this? This is so sad.
Hey, come on! I don't like swimming in like the ocean.
What happened to
As a
Origin? It
Floridian,
died
I
too.
absolutely-
Oh, everybody please give your love to Owie. They're still sick. But please,
Oh,
take your
no.
rest, Owie.
Fully charged and ready
Please
to
please
go.
Feel
get
better.
some rest, and hopefully you have a speedy recovery.
So, what I usually do on my Treat Serve Delicious streams, because I'm assuming that nobody watches them, oh my god, is I usually talk about like what happened with my week, or like whatever whatever happened last week, or what I want to do this coming week or so. Mostly because it's always my, it's always going to be my Monday stream. And so, one thing that pops to mind is I had like my cosplay shoot, if it's my 3D printer, and I am just on my cosplay binge again, even though I've just been, spending money
Let's get
and
moving.
whatever. My credit card statement's going back up as quickly as it went down. But on the bright side of things, I'm finally done with summer school. I'm getting my official grades on Thursday.
Let's go.
Yay!
I should be good for summer school stuff because, well, I'm pretty confident since how, you know, cold turkey I basically went with streaming and just actually taking care of myself and all that stuff when it came to making content. But also there's the things on the other side of things, like how, like, I'm looking at it, like, one of my classes was a IT class, Internet Technology. It was a lot of group projects, but our professor was super on point on always having all the grades posted all the time. And I already saw I have 998 points out of a possible 1,000. So it's like, yeah, I'm pretty good on this right here.
Jeez, yeah.
It was all group projects, and it wasn't like the hardest grading ever, but it still feels good to have it all said and done, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
And now, I just get to spend all my time working on my cosplay, such as, hey, if you haven't seen my cosplay photo shoots of Secrets from Genshin Impact and my Sakia from Toho project, check them out. I look super cute in them. I always look cute. What am I talking about? I'm cruisy. Ojo-sama?
I did see those photos. Those photos were great.
Well, of course they look great. I always look great.
You had amazing cosplay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's not me being vain. I'm just being self-confident in myself.
Okay, can I be honest here for a second? You being on your cosplay grind is making me want to get back into cosplay.
I mean, if you really want, I do, like, what I do have is I do have a separate server that I have with some of my cosplay friends or so. It shares a few members
I'd have to rebuy some
and such or so, like, with here. So, like, Carrie, for instance, I have with there. It's just mostly for cosplay posting, whenever it comes out to be, like, in-progress work stuff, or anything of that sort. Posting in-progress work, past photo shoots, or tips. So, like, my friend, Zoe, who took my photo shoot, they're one of my IRLs, and they took my advice for, like, photography and whatever. And by my advice, I mean my sister's advice for when she did photography lessons.
Right.
And so, you know, we workshopped it, and, well, you saw how the pictures turned out, didn't you?
I did.
They looked so good. But of course, I looked so good. Praise me more, of course.
Well, I say, like, I need to get back into it. I'd need to get some new stuff, because the last time I cosplayed was Kirito, and it doesn't fit anymore. 'Cause that was, like,
Yikes.
4 years ago.
Meanwhile, me being like, hey, let me order a Asian extra large, and it's still not even big enough. Oh my god.
Yeah, hi, I cosplayed Kirito 4 years ago, and, unfortunately, I gained some weight, so,
You always order sizes up for clothing, and especially for cosplay, you order like 2 sizes up. Because you can easily bind something to fit you a little bit better, but you can't squeeze something to fit you a little bit better. That's the one thing you're gonna learn pretty hard.
oh, no, like, when I bought it, I fit into it perfectly.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying like if you want this costume to go for the future, you really don't want to screw yourself over on this end, you know?
Yes, I'm also wanting to lose some more weight to look good in cosplay because, oh my god, 220 pounds.
But I'm also just saying like in general too, like, hey, like just like prepare yourself for in the future if you do want to make more use of it and whatever, you know?
Yeah, which is funny because everyone's like, you don't look 220. I'm like, yeah, no, I am. Went to the doctors.
I'm eternally like at like 137 pounds. So I can't put on any fucking weight.
Yo, can I have your metabolism?
Dude,
I'm at 130.
my metabolism
I
is
weighed
actually a
myself the
freak
other
of
day.
nature sometimes.
Can
I
I
can
have your
relate.
metabolism?
No, I like my metabolism, even if that means I have to go to the loo every 5 seconds, just about.
Okay, same. Legitimately same. That's like the worst thing. Okay, I gotta say this. I had the highest metabolism back in like elementary and middle school. I remember in like 3rd or 4th grade, I only weighed like 70 something pounds. I I was massively underweight when I was younger. Now I'm still pretty light, but at least I'm not underweight.
I'm short because, well, I'm short. I don't know anything else to say about that other than genetics question mark. And because of that, whenever it gets to, I'm like, oh, like we fit always was like, you're criminally underweight. It's like, I'm just short for my size, and you're making wrong assumptions. We fit, please.
Yeah, we fit be doing that. I'm just like, I need to actually like get something for the Switch that'll get me back to being active.
Ring Fit Adventure.
Yeah.
I might actually do that.
Like, what? There's all the memes of the Japanese VTubers, you know, making all of the noises and whatever, but they are putting themselves into it, and also they're super unfit, and that kind of galvanizes them into working on it. So, like, haha, it's joke and all, but, like, it's really working for some of them. They really put themselves to a grind, and I mean, if Duolingo's keeping you up in your Japanese practice, well, that literally gaming the system is doing something right, yeah?
Yeah, actually, speaking of, I did my lesson for today at work, and I'm on a 32-day streak.
Nice.
Which I think is the longest streak I've had in Duolingo.
I never kept up with Duolingo after I actually took regular Japanese lessons because it just didn't help me with how it's just structured, but that's just me, and if it works for other people, it does work. But for me, just going through a more traditional environment, it did not mesh well.
No, and I think if I ever took like traditional Japanese lessons, it would help me immeasurably more than Duolingo. But for like getting into it and learning a few basic things like some gradings and stuff, or like I refreshed my memory on like hiragana with Duolingo. I was like, okay, this is a good refresher for certain words that I wasn't entirely remembering the meaning of, but had a general gist of it.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, they've also added some new lessons and stuff, and I haven't really taken advantage of that yet.
Yeah.
Apparently, they've also added stories that you can read that are like actual stories in language to help with like reading and comprehension skills.
Okay.
Whoa. I think that's a perfect
Which I haven't tried yet, so we'll see how that goes.
We'll definitely have to see, but like, especially so when it comes to, it's like, you're still learning, and I'm also a resource for you anytime if you ever need.
Yeah, and I think you've sent me Genki, right?
Yep, I sent you Genki, that's what I use in my classes.
And I've heard that like Genki is the best.
It's the de facto one that most schools and whatever use, so yeah. That's just like I said before, the usual, so yeah. Sorry,
Speaking
I'm
of
just
Japanese.
drinking some water.
You're good. Speaking of Japanese, Cruzy,
Yeah.
there was a trash taste episode.
Which one are you talking about? There's a lot of trash taste episodes, almost like once a week. Fucking idiot.
There was a trash taste episode, and there is a village in Japan where they ended their sentences with nya.
Yeah? You surprised?
Yes, actually, I didn't think that like there was a village that ended it with nya.
Yeah, it exists. What more do you want from it?
I just thought it was cool.
Fucking weeb. Fucking
Hi.
weeb.
Hi, Catboy here.
Says
Yeah,
the
Kato
anime
Nyasa is so perplexed by this. Fucking
Kat-
weeb.
Kato Nyasa is very surprised by this. Fucking weeb.
Yeah, get a load of this weeb over here. Ira, get a load of this weeb. Ein, get a load of this weeb.
Damn, alright.
I mean,
Actually, no, I can't say
from the
Ein, get a load of
anime
this weeb. You're a pokephile. Or whatever.
Wow, just calling him out like
Look,
that.
I'm just involving you in the conversation now, so what more do you want from me?
What a way to drag me back into the conversation.
Were you participating before? I don't think so. Are you participating now? Definitely so. I think it worked out very well, honestly.
Cruzy firing shots at everyone.
I fire shots anytime I want. That's literally how I roll. You're saying like it's something that I would not do. I can't believe Cruzy would ever do this. No, This is literally par for the course with me. Are you kidding me?
This is
Oh
also
yeah,
true.
no. I can confirm that.
Yeah. Oh, Pyro! Death, heart be upon ye.
Please, I crave it.
Yeah, no, let's not joke about that, actually.
Sorry, force habit.
I get that pyro force of habit.
What, the I'm gonna beat you up stuff? That's funny. That's just like a one-off, and it's not actually serious, so. The actual, hey, it's like, hey, I'm going to kill you, please do, like, call in response? No, that's not funny. Please take care of yourself. And I'm not trying to direct that over at you, like, necessarily. I pressed the wrong button. I mean that as in, like, please take care of yourself. We care for you very much.
For cooking,
I,
chef.
I,
No, I get that. I just deal with stress through dark humor.
And I recognize, too, that it is a very, very tough habit to break, but it's something that we work on together for that reason.
oh hey, Ein, you're leaving Florida at the perfect time, by the way.
Why?
Have you checked the tropics recently?
I have not.
Oh, is a hurricane coming?
It's not anything yet, but in the next 5 days, there's a 40% chance of a formation in the Atlantic Ocean.
Bruh?
Why do I have the feeling that it's going to hit as soon as I have to move to college? Why do I have the premonition that the day I move to college is the day a hurricane is gonna hit?
Oh, let me tell you though, the worst is during is like August through October, because that's when the Gulf is active.
This does not make me happy to hear any of this. I hope you know. Just please be alive, everybody.
Well,
and, like-
whether you like it or not, that's how Mother Nature works.
And like I say this to like just, you know, as a general PSA. Hey, keep an eye on the tropics. It's nothing to be like crazy concerned about right now. But
It's just a
just
heads
keep-
up.
yeah,
Look, I
just a
hate
heads up.
talking politics as it's all tropical, but come on now. The weather is most important. I don't know where I'm going on with this.
Okay. Weather has nothing to do with politics. Unless you want to talk about
I was
global
making a joke of topical to tropical. My god, are you that dense? We have the protagonist in here, and yet Ein. The joke flew over your head faster than... I don't know, some No Man's Sky joke here.
Congratulations!
Ein-
Perfect.
So Ein and I are kind of like matching in terms of like density sometimes.
Density? Excuse me?
Bro, I'm way more fucking dense than you.
I feel like I want to attribute a good amount of your denseness, Ein, to you being tired as shit because you don't get your rest.
I feel like there's
It's not
moments
that I'm
Ein-
tired.
There's moments Ein where I feel like I'm more dense than you.
We alternate on days.
Yeah.
You two.
I think today it's Ein's turn to be more dense.
You two. Shut the hell your mouths right now. You both are idiots, except it's shut up about who's denser than the other. Nine. Notice cheese, regular.
Calvin didn't know copium was on the menu. Hey yo, can I get some of that?
Jeez. Ginger sauce. I need copium's on the menu. I mean, look, copium is is a delicacy that leads to great powers beyond, such as being able to gaslight yourself to extreme measures without realizing that you are.
Copium is very powerful because it is literally what I'm using right now for hoping that Sion gets into Melty.
No.
I can hope.
Look, if we're gonna get an alchemist / magic caster or so, and we already have 2 fate crossovers now, I'm expecting Merlin. That's what I'd expect the most.
I don't know, because it came from Nasu himself, and so I'm like,
I'm not. Look, here's the thing: you don't set yourself up for any hopes, so that way you're never disappointed. That's me with like my Reimu prediction for Smash, because it's never gonna happen. I know it's never gonna happen. I'm still gonna be sad that it's never gonna happen, but at least it's a very low ball expectation that I know it's never gonna happen.
I'm going for the high hopes.
I hope you get disappointed beyond belief, just so I can say I told you so.
I mean, like, if it doesn't,
I'm gonna say I told you so.
Okay with it.
I'm gonna say I told you so.
Yeah.
I can hear this fight.
Merlin, eh? I mean, look, who else is more famous in Fate than like the main characters? Right? I say main characters. Right? Merlin isn't as well recognized, but you gotta remember, he's the famous one that let a lot of history happen, such as giving King a.
See, and that's why it's like, what is Nasu saying about a certain alchemist? Because it just leaves it ambiguous.
I can't believe Hololive is crossing over with Multiblood and we're getting Koyori, the coyote from Hololive's Generation 6. I forgot what generation she was.
I was gonna say, I can't believe they're collaborating with Hollow Stars.
Dude, if we get the boys in something, that would actually be one of the best things ever.
That would be interesting, I would say.
Look, the Hollow Stars boys, especially like when I watched the Left 4 Dead stream. Oh god, it's just boys being boys, and it's so good to watch them.
Yeah.
I need to watch the new
Certain
EN branch.
alchemist. Oh, we're getting
Tempest.
Magni.
That's what I'm
Destiny,
saying.
Multi-Blood?
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying. Like the new EN boys, they had a Left 4 Dead
Oh,
collab
okay,
because there's
I thought-
4 of them, and it is the
I thought
funniest
you
thing
were talking
ever.
about the,
That and also, if you want the most content, they did kind of lose a member. Rest in peace, Vesper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that because he did like the hot sauce thing.
He did the one chip challenge. Like you did that to yourself.
He did it to himself, but the poor lad.
Rest in peace,
I wonder
Vesper.
how
We only
long
knew
they'll
you
be
for so
recovering.
little.
Rest in peace, Vesper. You will now be used to create a chimera.
Death? Question mark.
Atlee?
Let's see here. I need caramel, foam, drizzle wood sleeve, 5 chai foam wood sleeve. Somebody say something?
I'm on the Minecraft, so I'm gonna have to walk over 1,000 blocks to get back home.
I haven't been on the Minecraft server in forever. That's just mostly because of time.
Yeah, I'm doing it a bit right now because I thought, why not? I want to start building the creeper farm. Because Kaito, the both of us, need to start our explosive research.
Yes.
And I want to blow stuff up.
So do I.
RBO. RSO.
Yeah, I
So
need...
FF, UR, it's Mr. FF, vanilla, foam wood sleeve,
It's about to be night, and I don't have a bed.
You have done the critical mistake of not having a bed with you at all times. How does it
Yeah.
feel? How does it feel to have fucked up?
It feels like you're about to get stabbed.
I may.
It sounds like we found our first willing test
Nicely
subject
done,
for the
Shaq.
research and development center.
Hey
Jeez.
Kaito, we do need someone else to test the TNT player launcher when we remake it.
Why? I have the perfect volunteer, because he's not contributing to the conversation. Oh, Ein!
What?
You know, we do need multiple subjects in order to make sure there aren't variables.
Pass.
Just a very non-positive pass. Aww.
But away!
I've
Avoid
been
the skeleton.
subjected to experiments before, it was awful.
I can't believe you were part of the SCP program.
Oh, it's just the Redstone, the Minecraft Redstone space program. Don't worry about it.
Redstone space program. You realize that the server difficulty is on hard?
Yep.
We'll supply
I
you
remember.
with with blast protection. It'll be fine.
I remember because I tried the space program with our first one. 4 blocks of TNT killed me in full diamond armor.
So we're gonna try.
I don't
again and
think you're doing a real good job of convincing Ein. I'ma be honest with y'all now.
No. See, we tested the first prototype on ourselves.
You're going to have to give me full netherite armor, blast protection 5 on that thing, if I'm even going to try and set a foot near your R&D center.
Yeah, of course.
You'll be fine.
I do not. I don't trust that tone of yours, Kaido. I'm gonna be honest.
Look,
You'll
okay,
be
we're not gonna use the first prototype.
I'm going to go with no.
We're not using the first prototype.
The first prototype.
Look, the first prototype killed me. Will make the second one better.
Oh my goodness gracious, y'all. Y'all are cracking me up. This sounds like the start of, like, the worst arc ever in the Gale Force SMP.
We are nearly maxed out.
They're playing hardcore? No, it's just a community server in Gale Force. You should be able to access it in Minecraft channel.
Yeah, it's just the difficulty is set to hard, not hardcore.
We got this.
Because if it was hardcore, no, everybody, like, the whole server would actually just be gone.
Yeah, no, the whole server
We
is
should
gone
try to
now.
do like a hardcore series sometime.
I was about to say, it's like,
That'd be interesting.
did anybody used to watch a YouTuber by the name of Peanut Butter Gamer?
Hey yo.
Minecraft hardcore, Terraria hardcore days?
Yeah.
Yes, I love the man. I love him so much.
I only watched their Minecraft hardcore series. I wasn't into Terraria whenever they were doing that.
Oh, the Terraria hardcore was really goddamn fun.
So for me, if I ever did a hardcore, yeah, it would end in the first episode with my luck.
I think my favorite-
If it's a group that's doing it, then chances are you'll probably have better chances of survival.
I think, like,
Episode 2.
to bring one favorite thing of mine, so it's like, for those of you, like, is Ein the only one here that's, like, watched PBG? I'm guessing
I
then?
watched PBG.
Okay, I said no reaction, but for chat, the main thing is that, yeah, there's a YouTuber, he's still active, but he's very much so on the smaller side, called Peanut Butter Gamer, and he did a series called, like, Minecraft Hardcore, Terraria Hardcore, whatever. Yeah, just hardcore worlds, and they usually have self-imposed restrictions more on that, of just basically, like, not just hardcore survival, but they want to, like, do a goal in it or whatever. So, like, for most of, like, so, like, the Minecraft series, it was stuff from just, like, oh, get to the end to defeat the Ender Dragon, to things, like, I think they put in, like, the what's its face, The Walking Dead survival season, they tried to, like, literally traverse from one side of the map to the other was a famous one.
Yeah.
For Terraria, it was just like beat the wall of flesh, etc., stuff like that or so. And, well, it's exactly like it is, just a hardcore series, and it was really fun, because he always invited a bunch of other content creators and such like that. Like, I really loved, like, he always had, like, Barry Kramer, like, Game Grumps Barry, for the Minecraft ones, for instance. Terraria,
Hardcore
he...
Season 4, they brought Smooth McGroove on.
Yeah, they had, like, Smooth McGroove was one of my favorite guests. It was that, or, like, they brought Yuntown, who was, like, the famous, Smash Bros. Rapper, for, like, the Terraria Hardcore for one of them. Another favorite was
also the voice of the Snatcher.
Yeah, there's that, or, like, it was in that same one, they brought, Proton John and Ukijin, the power couple, for one of the Terraria Hardcores.
Didn't PBG also make a Breath of the Wild song when it came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was called Open Your Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that was a good time because it was great. They treated like traditional, like, I guess I could say YouTuber hardcore. So, like, if you die, you have to leave the call. You are completely silent, dead on. Duel as it goes on. Series ends when either they do the goal or everybody dies out unceremoniously. And it was like, I love that series so much. And I could probably look back on it or so. I could probably definitely look back on it. I don't think, well... No, I think he might I know that, like, some of them were unlisted because he did have Pro Jared in them when that controversy came out.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. I really did like Pro Jared's content.
I think he made them public again just recently though.
It's like Pro Jared, I know he's streaming again, but he did admit to his faults and he did try to rectify things, but it's still like he did the stuff which sucks.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Pro
There
Jared.
was a whole lot
so-
of back and forth, honestly.
So here, to sum up what's going on, PBG, Pro Jared, they were all part of a company of like a kind of like a small indie group called Normal Boots, kind of like what's his face, kind of like Gale Force here. That included people like JonTron, for instance, back in the day.
Okay.
So like you probably know JonTron. That's like a household YouTuber name.
I don't watch his stuff, but I have heard the name.
Yeah, so like it was really just like exactly so they had their own website, but just basically a group of friends doing their own content and maybe together every now and then or so. Though the main things with it is that, well, JonTron, has been anti-Semitic in whatever recent way or so, and Pro Jared, they all kind of did the same content, like they reviewed like old games and whatever stuff like that or so, maybe like some gaming streams and then like other content like songs and such. JonTron of recent, like he's done so many famous things like the Flex tape, the Flexening and stuff like that. That's like some of his claims to fame, or like Nightshade, or just a bunch of his other old game stuff or so, like his Disney bootlegs. And I still always, I always will look upon the content fondly, but, I want to separate the art from the artist as much as I can, but it still kind of sours it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I understand that completely, because I've been there with, like, some of the creators I watched. I'm like,
Order up.
and then things came out about them, I'm like, oh my god, I can't look at this the same, but, like,
Yeah.
some of the videos were my childhood.
The main thing is that, yeah, what's his face? What am I trying to say here? Whereas, this is, in current events and whatever, JonTron is super huge, but he's been notably anti-Semitic and also anti-VATS on his stances in public, so that's been a lot of just kind of like, dude, come on, you can't be like this now.
Like, mate, no, please.
Yeah, because it's like, why, dude? Why even? Also, this is gonna be a hard day. I don't want to do that.
This is
But-
gonna be a hard day. I
and
don't
then-
want to do that.
And then Pro Jared, yeah, Pro Jared was another small content creator or so, and what he did was creep on some kids, unfortunately. And I say creep on some kids. It was more of just like it wasn't like I'm putting it worse than it was. It's just like the usual thing of like content creator starts getting popular, fan gets into DMs, and then a little controversy. I say a little, it was still controversy, but he has publicly apologized. He has set the record straight of like, hey, look, this was my fault. And I've seen like his streams. He's trying to put himself back up.
One of the bigger issues behind all of the stuff that actually unfolded with Project, because I kept up with that actually, considering that I watched him whenever he was on the Minecraft Hardcore series. What it was that he and his wife had divorced, and it had turned out that his wife was actually extremely emotionally and just mentally abusive.
Which sucked, because his wife, I watched her Twitch stuff for cosplay content, because he was an avid cosplayer.
Yep.
And
yeah, like he had pretty much months after she had technically quote unquote exposed Jared, he came out with like a 50-minute long video basically kind of debunking pretty much everything that she says, and then kind of sort of just going through and explaining everything that had unfolded in the events leading up to the exposition. But pretty much at the end of it, he says, look, at the end of the day, this is kind of sort of our business. She had no right to make this public, but the best thing you can do is to just leave her out of this, leave us out of this, and let us just deal with this ourselves.
But, like, at the end of the day, like, oh, shoot. Hold on. I'm messing things up in my game. At the end of the day, it's like, I still look upon their content very fondly or so. It's like, that, like, yeah, it still definitely was my childhood or so. And as much as, like, like, things might have happened or so, like, look, it's content I consumed, and in hindsight, there's a lot of content in the past that I probably should not have consumed. So, what more can you say? But, like, a hardcore series would be fun. I hope you're still keeping this promise, Ein Pyro, of taking me through my blind, Terraria.
Playthrough?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, with everything, I'm going back to college in less than 10 days. So once I get back to college, I'm good to go for that.
Yeah, baby.
So we can get started in like 2 weeks.
For me, I'm gonna be moving closer to the end of August, but what I'm gonna be doing is I'm probably going to pack up my computer, probably sometime mid next week. So I probably won't be able to I won't be able to participate in joining any streams or anything like that, because I need to start tacking down really hard on making sure I'm packed up and ready to move, by August 30th.
Yeah, but like it's understandable. Just communicate it with us. So we're planning for the future too, because we don't know how, like, for example, for me, how much I'll actually be able to do once, you know, my semester it's in.
Yeah, and I have some stuff I need to technically redo for my bachelor's.
But
And,
it's good thoughts too, just especially time's gonna be limited with, like, me going back to school and Pyro going, not school, we're both college, you know.
College is still a school.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm kind of like diminishing myself. It's like, I'm going to school, honey, versus I'm a college kid, you know? Little Timmy, I'm dropping you off to your first day of school.
School now.
Yeah, you see where I'm getting at with this? It feels like I'm degrading myself. Like, no, I'm a big kid now.
I'm a big boy.
A big boy. Not brave enough for this.
Yeah, no, that is immediately a JonTron reference too, and it's like, oh, jeez. Once again, I'll still look upon the old content super fondly, of course. So I haven't watched anything new from him because, like, you know, views and whatever. But
Yeah.
all the old stuff, like the Nightshade or like the Disney bootlegs, oh, that will still always have a place in my heart. Or like, it's just other things that my friends quote. Anything can be bought or sold for the right oil.
I think the last thing I saw from JonTron was, what was it? Darkest Dungeons or whatever?
Oh, Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah,
Darkest Dungeon is a
the
good
movie
game.
that was based off of the...
On it, chef.
What was it called?
Last thing I watched of his was like workplace safety videos.
Oh yeah, that is some good content right there.
What was it? What were those called?
What?
Whatever they were called. Those little, like, comic strips
We got this shit.
that
Huh?
the movie was based off of.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't remember.
Oh, that reminds me of like something great that I saw. So, because I didn't get to talk about it, but because, you know, a good amount of us here, like, well, I wouldn't say a good amount of us. I know at least half of us here play. The Dungeons and Dragons movie. I remember, like,
Yeah,
when
I
the trailers
saw
and whatever
that.
came out. I never actually got to talk about it to y'all here.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the trailers yet, but I want to.
Neither have I.
I'm conflicted on it. It looks like it could be good, but I have my reservations.
It looks like it's actually good high quality, but, like, of course, we know nothing about the plot or what it's gonna try to reach. I hope it
Yeah.
leans into the campiness of D&D.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's literally, like, what D&D, like, you need to stay with the spirit, just as simple as that. But we'll see how it
thing that
goes.
I'm worried about is that, like, D&D by itself has a very unique feel, and I don't know how well they're going to be able to capture that feel.
Like, if they can have trashy, Hallmark, like, romantic comedy shit like that or so, you can easily hit it off with D&D stuff. And it's like, if you need something, it's like, if you want to talk about like, I'm not sure how this, like, this joke or this feel will translate into media. Dude, how do you think everybody felt about Deadpool humor?
You know what? Fair enough.
Well, I was gonna say,
Again.
you know who they can have as a consultant. Just talk to Matt Mercer.
You know,
I
that
don't
is
like.
actually a very
Here's
good
the
point.
thing, though. Matt Mercer. Oh, I do love him, and I do watch Critical Role. You don't want to just You don't want to do the Mercer effect on everybody, because that's his own way of playing, and that's not going to be the end-all, be-all of how you should storytell. He has a very distinct way of. Okay, it's like this is dialogue versus this is battles, like how he rules it, because he's very much so a lot more on the homebrew, go with the flow rule of cool, whenever it comes to at times.
All right,
Because,
chef.
you know, it's his friends, it's their campaigns, they do it however they want, and they're showing that, like, hey, this is their table, this is how they just want to do it. You don't want to Mercer, like if you did Mercer as a consultant, it's like, I love him so much. Yes, I'm not gonna deny that, but like, you can't just straight up say, hey, Matt Mercer is gonna be our executive producer. It's like, dude, you have like Wizards of the Coast, the entirety of.
Well, that's why it's good to have him as a consultant. Don't give him full power over the project.
I'm
but
not
have
saying to
him
give him
someone
full power over the whole damn thing. I'm just saying as well of like don't have him be the only voice. I mean, bring on a team.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Just simple as that. Bring on the team and get it going.
No, so I meant like. So when I said like the Matt Mercer thing, I meant like have some like DMs that like a group of DMs, like maybe some of the guys from the what's the podcast I listen to? Like get the guys from the Adventure Zone, get Matt Mercer,
Yeah.
get a bunch of other like groups and like have them consult. Hey, we don't know how this will land. How does this sound?
But like to address like other concerns of like I don't know if like this will end, like people will definitely still enjoy like campier stuff or like true to form things. Like I think like one thing that I've been seeing a lot of praise from my friends who are into it is Star Trek Lower Decks. Actually, if anybody's a fan of Star Trek at all, because it. What's up?
Which Star Trek?
Star Trek Lower Decks. The
Oh,
animated,
yeah.
the animated thing.
Oh, man, Chef.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
really pulled that
Because
one
what I see a lot of people praising about it is like the newer Star Trek stuff is reaching too much into a drama or so when it's really just like this is a space exploration fantasy and Lower Decks really and now granted I'm just hearing this from word of mouth from them and I've seen like a clip or two and it seems actually like fun enough is that like it really leans into like the campiness of like look it's just a group of people like a group or like a team on like this like, ship or whatever just trying to figure out how to get through the galaxy throughout whatever misfortunes of like as a team as a crew or just like yeah or just getting through whatever shit is in their way. And I feel like, especially so for a D&D movie, that can easily be fucked up. But if they get, they at least have a clear plan in mind for how they want to be able to say, all right, this is how we're going to have this movie set. This is the tone of it, and they lean into it pretty heavily. They can easily do it. I have full confidence that they can easily do it. I say that now. Of course, I'm gonna have my skepticism in it, but like, just lean into it. Simple as that.
We'll have to see how the movie goes. I'm hoping for that.
Oh, I'm hoping too. Like, look, I'm going to be a skeptic until the end, but I'm still gonna go fucking see it because I want to.
I don't know if I'll see it, but that's not something that I don't want to, and what that
Well,
just.
don't worry. I'll tell you about how it is afterwards.
Tell me how either good or terrible
Look,
it is.
the one good thing that I've seen from it at the very least so far is all of the jokes online that I've seen on people talking about how to have scenes in this scenes in the movie. I think like one of my favorite things was, can we please have one of the actors' characters just literally die after like half of the movie and then get replaced by the same actor playing a different character 2 seconds later?
That would be
the
funny.
struggles
That
of,
would be
my
funny.
character died. Guess
It
I
was
gotta
that, or
make
from
another one.
I think it was Darkest Steps. I think one of my favorite jokes is, "Quick, hide behind the pile of dead birds."
Yo, okay, so this isn't D&D, but this is another tabletop that I play. It's called What's Old Is New, and I've been playing it with a group of friends, and oh my god, the amount, like, I look back at like the sessions, and oh my god, the amount of stupid shit that I do.
Okay. That's
Literally.
like...
Oh, go ahead, Pyro.
No, you first, then I'll say my thing.
Okay, I was just gonna say, like, literally one of the first major baddies I was facing, because I'm the martial artist hacker of the group. So
Kind of seems counterproductive. Achoo! You destroyed the servos, dude. Fuck.
no, because we incorporate like we call it the Matrix, but it's kind of like the virtual reality world of Ready Player One.
I'm in.
That is
literally
the joke
like,
now.
one of the first major villains that we fought, I ended up getting the villain to monologue
Oh
And then I ended
no.
up, and then I was like, yo, actually, you know what? I'm gonna romance her. And I rolled
Oh,
enough to make
no.
her a permanent addition of the
I
party.
seduced the dragon.
Oh,
I seduced the intimidating
Congrats,
snake
you're the
lady.
bard now. Dance for us, bard.
oh. Okay, so that makes me think of two things, two different D&D campaigns that I'm in.
Mhm.
The first is one that my friend Dragon, you know Dragon Quiz, is
Oh,
running
the
for
friend
me.
that I get to tease you with all the time.
Except I haven't seen you two interact much lately. Anyway.
Oh, mostly
um,
because I've been busy with summer school.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But anyway, so Dragon has started running a solo campaign for me, which is my first ever, like, evil campaign. I am playing a complete murder hobo character. A
No. No.
Oh no.
Me as a forever DM by my own choice. No. No.
No, I made this request specifically. He knew this is what I was going into, so the campaign's based around it.
I'm still like I would be sick to my own stomach doing this.
It's more of just a campaign to like stick around and have an evil character.
I know, but for me, I'm also like, oh, I'm sick to my stomach hearing this.
Fair.
Alright, what are some...
Yeah.
Okay, since we're on the topic of D&D and, like, tabletop games, what is the worst horror story you've had at a game?
Oh, I have one. I've got one.
Well,
Okay, so-
do start us off then.
Alright, so this one, the campaign itself wasn't too bad, it was the ending that was bad. So this was actually the second ever game of D&D I ever played. Technically not the second one ever, but the second good game of D&D I ever played. I played a few times before high school, but none of them were good. I only played like a session or two. But this was like the second actually good game of D&D I'd ever played, and I was really invested in it. It was run by a friend. I'm just gonna call him Rum. So my friend Rum was running this game, and I was playing with Dragon, and it was Dragon at first, and then we had one more guy who joined in later. And it was set in a world that Rum was running that had like 4 different campaigns all taking place in the same world. And the premise was the world was brand new, it just came into existence, and everyone basically spawned in and just had to survive. So I was playing a goblin artificer named Cricket, and Dragon was playing a orc barbarian named Kaganira. And our group, the 2 of us, and then third when we got the other player, all we did is we set up a little tribe named Morikawa. Kaganira basically commanded the troops, he trained the army, and he was the leader. My goblin Cricket created all the inventions for it. So I made the designs that we used for homes, I made smoking pits, shovels, tools, weapons. Even later in the campaign, I made an ironclad ship for us. So, Kaganira was the brawn, I was the brain. So, the whole campaign, we were working on unifying the different orc tribes and the goblin tribes, so that we could basically bolster up Morikawa.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah.
I literally
fine.
did a misinput.
On it,
One
Chef.
misinput that
Fair,
cost me a
I
third day.
expected. I expected a lot. Yeah, so the whole thing that like our group was doing is we were bolstering up Morikawa. We were unifying the orc and goblin tribes under one banner basically, and Morikawa became a legitimate threat. And both of our characters had different goals. Kaganira's goal was just like self-growth. He was trying to become as strong as possible. Well, Cricket's goal was he was constructing an artifact called the Stick, which was a joke because Cricket was obsessed with sticks. But what the Stick was, is it was a massive magical siege weapon. Basically had like a laser cannon, minigun, and spell cannon that it could switch between.
Yeah.
And we had just gotten We had built the laser cannon. That was the first bit that we built, and we had just killed a phoenix to get what I needed to build the minigun component for it.
Yeah.
However, because of the way the weapon worked,
Keep it
you
up
couldn't
tomorrow.
switch between the cannons without a Philosopher's Stone. So we had to go and make a Philosopher's Stone so I could attach the second, main weapon to it.
Mm-hmm.
So the quest we were on was to find and kill an Elder Tempest. So this NPC could basically infuse the energy from it into a transmutation stone and make it a Philosopher's Stone. Now, in that fight, 2 NPCs very dear to the party were blown off the sky ship we were in because we were fighting it in the sky. Yeah, they were blown off the ship and presumably died. So my character,
I don't think presumably would cut this story now.
Well, we found out later one of them died. We actually don't know what happened to the second, but I'll explain that in a moment.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it was
Good to see you,
it was
Chef.
this troll that we had basically tamed. We had tamed a troll for the party, and then it was a orc from one of the enemy tribes that we recruited. He was basically the he was like the lead sniper commander. He was very good at he was very much like a ranger, kind of.
Okay.
But so yeah, both of them had fallen off. Well, no, the ranger guy had gotten knocked off the
L
ship.
plus
and
ratio
then the
plus you fell
troll-
off.
Yeah, basically, ranger guy got blown off the ship. Troll jumped off after him because he was stupid. So the ship landed. Cricket started looking around in fear. And Cog and Iva was like, we do not look for them. They made their sacrifice. We must respect it. And this started up a little player conflict, which was fine. The way the DM handled it, however, was not fine. One of the plot points in the world was there was this witch lady, where there were these weird things in the world called beads, and they represented different things. So there was the bead of fire, bead of force, blah blah blah. Cricket had the bead of force. Cog and Ira had made a bead, which required him surviving a D100 roll. He got a 95. The DC was a 94, so he barely lived.
For a moment.
But yeah, so he had the bead of beasts, which he had created. It was one that he actually created. It didn't naturally spawn into the world. And then there was this witch who, when she was spawning into the world, had combined with bead of curses or something. I forget exactly what it was. But she had immense magical power. And she was kind of a big bad, kinda. She was a malicious force, but she didn't directly target people mostly. She was kind of like the devil that you would make deals with.
Just neutral
You would make deals with her. Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So what happened was, Cricket was basically looking for people, got into a huge fight with Cog and Ira, and Cog and Ira banished Cricket.
Okay.
Cricket, in response, he tried contacting 2 people. The first was the King of the Elven Kingdom, another very powerful faction.
No problem.
He tried contacting him, got no response. After failing to do that, he contacted the witch and basically said, alright, you help me find my friends and help me complete the stick, and I'll do something for you. And all she wanted was to figure out what happened when one bead person killed someone else with a bead. So what the DM had happen, she froze Cog and Ira's player in place, and I got to kill him. Which was not...
No remorse, no control, just straight up, haha, you die now.
Pretty much. I played it where Cricket was very, remorseful. He didn't want to do it, but he needed to know what happened. But... Well, here's the thing. Dragon, who was playing Cog and Ira, was not upset with me. We were upset with the DM for giving me that option. But it gets worse. It gets worse. A big thing of what we were doing in the campaign with Morikawa is we were saying that the orcs treat the goblins equally. We made a key point of saying that throughout the campaign, and the DM after the campaign was over went, oh yeah, no, the orcs turned all the goblins into slaves. Which was a huge, like, what the heck moment, because we specifically thought that the entire campaign was saying they are not treated poor, they are not treated, as worse people. And, like...
This is why headcanons are better than Red York canon.
Yeah.
This is why fanfictions are a lot of times more popular than the canon.
So I don't know the full context of everything with your story and whatever, of course, so I'm not going to immediately judge, plus I don't know the DM myself or so. Like, especially so, it's like, when it comes to death and, D&D in general or so, that's still just gonna be something that isn't just gonna be, unless it's literally like the tone of the campaign set forwards, it's something that's just not immediately gonna be on the table of just, haha, no, this is immediately what's happening now, and you have no say in it. 'Cause that's still, like, at least in my opinion, that's just something that really sucks the fun out of, like, an actually unskippable, uninteractable cutscene. Unless it's something, like, that is already, like, very much so established. If there's nothing that a player can do but just listen to you as a DM being like, oh yeah, this is all going on and there's literally nothing that you can do to change it. Even, like, like, with the illusion of resistance, if they want to go ahead and cast spells or whatever, try something or so. But... you yourself, like, don't look on it as fondly and more of a what the hell DM moment, so I will give you that. I'm just saying, like, from my perspective, it's like, too.
No, I get that. The big thing is just, like, we're more upset of, there were several things we said about Morikawa, and we made it clear we were doing one thing, and then he completely changed it. Like, when the campaign was over.
Yeah, no, that's when you just say, no, fuck that, this is our headcanon.
Well,
But
Yeah,
that,
that's
like,
when all the
I
stuff
wouldn't
is
say
like,
that,
you
that's
know,
literally
fuck
just
that.
more of, like,
Check it out.
literally ending the hindsight thing, more
That's
than
an
what,
expensive enough
more than just, like, what I'd say is, like, comparable, like, now I'm comparing this to, like, the internet horror stories. I'm like, hey, I'm just at a bad table, and I hate everything here, and it's like, I'm saying I'm just more desensitized to it, but it's like, that just,
Oh, no,
like, that's like, your DM just did a
100%.
dick move at the end, straight up.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
100%. This is the closest thing I've had to a horror story. I'm not saying this is a major horror story. This is just the worst such thing I've experienced. I don't
and that's
compare it
very
to a lot of
fair.
other things.
That's very fair. I just like, but when I hear horror stories, it's kind of like, I can see where this is going, but I don't know if, like, if this is gonna get worse, or...
I should have clarified. I should have said, like, not necessarily horror stories, but just like the worst thing that you've had it happen.
I had one of my players in my current campaign almost accidentally kill an NPC by Fortnite dancing on them.
Oh my god.
I need context.
This is a very, very funny... This is just a very, very funny story that I'm glad I'm gonna get to tell. So...
I need to know.
This happened, so my current campaign with my RL group or so, that includes, like, Carrie, for instance, like, them, like, or it's Kinsey, the boy of Carrie.
Yeah.
We've been on hiatus for the past, 2 years going on now, at the time of this recording, on August 8th, 2022, smile. Because, we're all seniors and we're all just kind of like, timing really just sucks for all of us and everything in between. So, when it comes down to it and everything, yeah, we're all working through our own stuff and everything in between. But back in Season 1, we had just like one session to where, out of our 6-player group, only 2 people could make it, and that was Kinsey, who is our... who is playing Tyros Stormwind, old man, knight to the court. The way that he put it himself, Kinsey did was, I'm literally gonna be the Jade. I'm like the Jaden for Fire Emblem fans. I'm the old man mentor who's like super high level, guides the players through the beginning, and will probably die later as part of the tutorial. And then we had with him his charge, Brick, who is a Wizardman Barbarian,
Perfect.
short for dumb as a brick. Yeah, that's his entire name. Oh no.
I love it.
TLDR, because they didn't have too much, they were in the capital, they're in the capital city of Adria, their own land. This isn't a module or so. Out of the 6-player group, 4 of them were first-timers to D&D, and the others who had experience was like one-off and like half of a campaign. So I just basically said, fuck it, I'll homebrew my whole world and tailor tune it so that way everybody, you know, gets eased in, nice and easy, stuff like that or so. But, so, that's it for the setting or so, but they're just in, you know, Adriel, which is quite literally traditional, you know, like, first RPG land, grassland, friendly to the crown. Tyros was a direct servant as the crown's guard, blah blah blah. That's all you need to know. So they just did a little shopping excursion in between journeys. Tyros himself rides a horse, because he's a paladin. And one main thing that had happened is that they had, that the party themselves, to, like, as a way for me to railroad, I introduced some of my own past PCs as NPCs that follow the party around, that act as me, being like, that I control, and kind of like, hey, they're an NPC that'll help out in combat or so, and they're gonna show off the different classes that none of you picked. So that way you can get more familiar with what this class does, if you're interested in the future, and also what these spells do. Namely, we only had a paladin, so we had a lay on hands. We had a ranger, so maybe just like a level 2 cure wounds at the very most or so. But we did not, but there was nobody who picked cleric out of the 6 of them. So I had one of my old clerics from a past campaign that I played. Miss City is full. I credit to the Church of Sosenya. High elf cleric. Very pious and order domain. For her nickname was the voice of heaven, not just because her voice was beautiful, but because command was a particularly famous spell for when she was done with the antics of her companions and needed them to stop, shut up, sit down. Simple as that. She was, you know, very like religious to the point, etc., stuff like that or so. She was very much so a straight man to the group. To many of the group's antics, and when it came to, in their last dungeon, when they had found some cultists hiding underneath the city or so, she got pretty badly wounded, and she was basically going to be wheelchair bound. Creeping curses that the party had to instigate further on. She was alive, but, like, very grievously, like, yeah, she's not gonna be able to accompany them anymore. Hint, hint, it's season 1. That was my way of saying, okay, you had your NPC for the first season, now it's gonna be on your own for the next one on.
Yeah.
So, they were out doing their own shopping trip or so, in a muddle of events. Tyros got launched in the air by Brick, by, like, both him and his horse. Like, almost like a catapult, which is another story entirely. But TLDR, it was just us 3. When I said that, like, you were flying in the air, he literally said, like, wait, are you for real? And I just go, yes! What's your landing strategy, dude? Kinsey jets up and just starts Fortnite dancing. Straight up. He jets up IRL and just starts Fortnite dancing without a single word.
I mean, it's a strategy. Not a good one, but it's a strategy.
It is a landing strategy.
So he's laughing. The player who's playing Brick is laughing. I'm laughing. And then I roll the dice and he just goes, oh. And to keep a long story short, while they were out doing their shopping or so, Suri was kind of doing her own grocery shopping for her cathedral that she worshipped and worked at or so. And, in full plate armor, Tyros landed on her and her horse, crushing her.
Oh, no.
And then his horse fell on them, crushing both of them.
Oh, no.
And she straight up fucking passed out from it. She was nowhere near overkill, but, like, they legitimately just knocked her the fuck. Cause they just straight up crushed her for like 40 points of fall damage more.
Oh my goodness, that is insane.
And then the funniest thing too is that, like, it was still season 1, she was going to accompany them to the big bad, but because of this she didn't. So when everyone was like, hey, she should have been better by now, where is she? It was just like, ah, yeah, about that, guys. Huh.
Okay. Now this has got me. I want to ask a question to all of you.
Yes.
What is insane sequence of events you've seen happen? Like, just
Okay.
Stupid shit that should not have worked, interesting thing. I just
Yeah.
want to know.
Okay. First, let me tell the story of like the worst thing that happened at my virtual table.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And then,
yeah.
and then I'll share the story of the craziest thing that's been at the session, which it is my fault.
Oh, this is getting good.
So, the first story, we'll call, there was this player that we had, and they were joining in. They had played previous sessions before, and, this character they made, they wanted a super
All right,
elaborate
Chef.
story.
Show me what you got.
And because the original premise of the character was like, you can't have that character because of how the mechanics work in this game. And so like the DM was working with this player
Incoming food truck.
to iron out everything. This I'm not lying
I
when I
think
say
this one
that
here might
this
be a few
player
nuggets short of a 10-pack.
very rarely did their character ever interact with the party.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Unless it was like
Yeah.
story driven. Otherwise, she was sitting in a room by herself.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
boy.
apparently along the way, the player is dropping hints about like the true identity of their character, because their character was like pretending to be an angel when they were actually a robot.
Mm-hmm.
And like they would get upset.
They say robot like Warforged?
Sort of.
That's probably irrelevant. Continue with the story. I was just curious, 'cause I love Warforged. They're fun.
Warforged
Yeah.
cycle.
But they would get mad at us for not picking up the hints, and we're like, dude, you didn't interact with the party at all. You were in like the hollow projection room the entire time.
To
Yeah.
quote, crap died to D&D. Wait, it's like, I'm just gonna keep booting in the corner. Okay, dude, you don't do that. Wait, no, you're supposed to ask me about my terribly, inconvenient and brooding bat story. Come on! Come on!
Proficiency within the kitchen is
No, it
one
gets
to nine.
worse. Okay,
Let's do that
so we
again.
ended
Oh,
up
no.
we finished going through the first big thing of the series for the season, and we ended up going to another planet that was gonna be like beach episode, you know, time to relax. Well, apparently,
You just go, yay!
because it's interplanetary and not all planets are, you know, as accepting as other planets, they have a giant like robot metal detector thing, because they recently had like an army of robots attack a village.
Mm-hmm.
And so the player goes to the security person and is like, hey, can you make it discreet, because I'm a robot?
Mm-hmm.
And he legitimately puts on like a control,
Amazing work, Chef. How's your
I guess,
best friend?
collar thing to like make sure that there's no aggression.
Yeah.
And so our party's like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, no, they're a robot. But apparently the player didn't like
Nearly
that
there.
because it was main character syndrome.
Oh boy.
They wanted they wanted a whole elaborate reveal.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can understand that to an extent, but like,
And-
you're not gonna get it.
And then they ended up just abandoning that character, going to try and create another character that was like completely abusing all of the systems,
Oh,
to-
no.
continue being the main character of the group, to the point
Nope.
where all the other players were like, dude, you gotta stop. We don't want you at our table.
Like, the big thing with D&D that's always hard for DMs and also players to recognize too is it's like, of course, like, metagaming is like, you know, like, oh, the always like, no, please don't metagame my table, whatever stuff like that or so, but like, being able to like be respectful and attentive when it's either your character art and you're going through all the shit and whatever, like for your character, or when it's somebody else's art and being able to give them the time and respect for it and pay attention as, you know, not only a party member but a friend, and not just be like, it has to be my time. Because, like, dude, you're sharing. It's sharing a table, and you should be able to
Sharing is
recognize that.
caring. Yeah, and it's just like, and we were like wanting to work with him to create this new character because we were like, we really like the concept, but he just didn't.
Yeah, and like that sucks. Like, of course, like nobody's always gonna be perfect or so, but it's all like things are always going to be a work in progress. Like
Yeah.
whenever I talk about to my friends in my campaign, especially like for all the first timers or so, I just straight up told them like, look, D&D, yes, you can win combats, yes, you can defeat big bads or so, but whatever happens, you roll with the punches, and like we get through it together because it is all about telling a story first and foremost. If you want a character arc sometime during this campaign or so, I straight up told my players, just tell me and I'll work it in somehow into the main overarching lore, because I don't want this to just be like a campaign that's just like, oh, they finished one adventure that goes to the next. I want to have a clear defined end, which hopefully I'll get to one day with them.
Right.
Say hopefully, but we'll see. But but because of that, I got my definition of my player. Granted, I already knew all of them, so I could trust them with it. But for me, I got all of my immediate recognition of, okay, I want to have a character X, I want my character to go through this, or some of my players, like Brit, for instance, that Wizardman Barbarian, he would have said, I don't mind being sidelined, I just want to be here for the ride, but if I could have a little bit of development, that'd be great, or just maybe like a side quest of an arc. And well, yeah, it worked out to an extent.
And like with my session with like the character arcs thing, we've got one player whose character is going through an arc of when we find the big thing that we want to find, first we're gonna defeat the big evil that's currently threatening the galaxy.
What do you mean you don't use BBEG as your abbreviation for all D&D
I
stuff?
can't believe the Iron Cook
How
food truck
fucking
challenge is tomorrow.
dare you? It's
This is
always
it.
BBEG.
You said it clear. This is it. The end.
So we're gonna use the thing that
The
we're gonna find
final
to defeat the
destination?
BBEG.
This is what we set out
There
for.
you go.
And tomorrow we're gonna
But
win this competition, and
Their
nothing is
whole
going
thing
to
is
stop
after
us.
we're done with that, they
And then
want
the day after
to
that, I
they
have
want
no
to
idea
bring
what's
more of
gonna
their
happen.
species from the dimension they're originally from.
Sure.
And everyone's
Jeff
rolling
will
with it
open up a
because, like,
luxury
yeah, no, that's
restaurant and be showered
understandable.
with fame and glory, and
Meanwhile, at the
I
same
will
time, because
wander
it's a
around in an
dynamic,
unused
it's a
food
dynamic
truck,
galaxy
looking
that
for
this
direction
setting
and
is in.
purpose in
Okay.
life, knowing
need
that
my
my
kick,
best
me.
adventure is
My
behind me.
character,
hey, Whis.
my
You
character
alright,
had a
buddy?
deal
Let's
with
win this competition.
a kind of shady group to give them some information that they wanted, and then he was like, and then I was like, no, actually, I don't want to because I don't trust them because they might make a really big weapon and become the next BBEG.
Colt.
So now my character is in the arc of, oh god, I have a bounty on my head and they want me dead or alive.
Yeah, kind of sounds like a personal problem, if I may be honest with you.
It's gonna be interesting to deal with. I wish you luck.
Yeah, good luck with that, boy. Really so.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see where it goes.
We'll see how it works out. Like, this makes me like my preparation for D&D and everything in between.
Red light.
It's like,
Red light.
oh
Green light.
god, dude, everything
Holy
in
cow, I can't
between.
believe we're the
Oh
Iron Cook
god.
Speedway.
I want to
say
get
that. This is just
a
an easy
background to my
run-of-the-mill
campaign, but
territory.
so much preparation
An
and
extra
no
100,000 people or
time.
so.
Because I've been devoting it all to cosplay and everything in between instead. Ah, I'm a bad friend!
Ready for the next step?
Not a bad friend, just busy.
You're not a bad friend, just yeah.
It just feels bad, like, I'm consistently the busiest out of all of us, considering I'm the DM, and it's like, this sucks. This sucks. Hey, Ratia, how you
Sometimes life
doing,
is
boy?
like that, though.
What'd you say?
I said sometimes life is like that, though.
No.
Yeah.
No.
it is.
Bottom text.
As for the craziest thing that's happened at my table, all right. Here's the story. We were on so the first major arc, we were on a cyber planet, like a
Good
cyberpunk
circulation team
planet.
have got to be proud of their driver, which is firing
And-
on all cylinders.
This is the story of how I romanced the first baddie.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
So what turns out is this planet is owned by
Good for you,
basically
Rakia.
owned and run by a bunch of mega corporations.
Just talking about D&D. If you popped in, have you just popped in, Rakia? Sorry, just D&D stories.
Yeah. Well, in my case, more of a TTRPG.
Nerd.
It's not D&D. It's a different. It's a whatever.
Nerd.
Anyways, so this planet was controlled by like two major mega corporations, Sato Corp and like a
Food truck incoming.
private military
Hang on.
company that was basically the planet security.
Mhm.
And we had parked there because our ship needed repairs.
Mhm.
So we were like, okay, we'll just chill here. This is the first planet we landed on because bad exit out of warp
Ready for the
speed,
next stop?
Mhm.
and so the hull needed to be repaired. And they wanted to charge us a crap ton of credits for parking.
Sorry.
And we're like, yeah, we're gonna have to find some way to pay that and pay the parking fees.
Hmm.
So we were just hanging around. We ended up finding a group of... We found someone with, not legal leg enhancements. And we get deeper into, like, what's actually going on this planet.
Incoming
We're like,
food.
okay, this is sketchy as fuck. We're
Yeah.
never gonna be able to leave if we try to do things
You hate to see
legally.
it.
Let's go into the gray area for once.
Mhm.
It's interesting when one of your character, like when one of the party members is a peacekeeper for like Federation Marines.
We are nearing the
Mhm.
next stop.
Lucky for us, this planet wasn't really operating correctly under the Federation, so we could kind of keep it under the rug.
Okay.
But as we do. But I ended up getting a virtual reality rig to get into the Matrix.
Wow. Android Kaito NASA being a real android.
My job was to scout out information about the place that we want to raid to get the material we need both to repair our ship and also to make some money.
Mhm.
Because we just figured, we're just gonna steal the material and just make the thing and then sell what we don't need to make money.
Yep.
And I go in, I scout it out. All of a sudden, here comes big snake lady, wondering what I'm doing
Yeah.
because she's paid
boy.
by the
Not a great
by the
race for cooks of
corporation
delicious, but they can still pull
to
through.
basically run as security for them within the Matrix.
Mhm.
And I'm like, and I see this character in front of me. I'm like, I'm gonna try and get them because I have a skill where I can roll charisma. I can actually pull up the sheet. I have a skill I can roll. We call it a exploit.
Yeah.
Where if I roll against their mental and win their mental defense
Mhm.
using my charisma and I win that, then they have to do a monologue.
Bro.
And we hadn't had anyone monologue before, and I was like, I'm gonna do it
Oh.
because I
jeez.
want to use this so badly.
Why?
You fly bastard, you got me.
No, that is
No.
exactly what happened. Yeah, once per day I can make a charisma versus a mental defense attack,
No,
and if I'm
dude.
successful, they have to explain their plan with a monologue. And
God, this sounds
I-
like pain.
And
I
so
love
the DM was like, "You can roll it," and I rolled it, and it worked
Hold on.
because she started monologuing, and I'm like, "Oh my god, it actually worked! Holy shit!" So they end up monologuing this little bit. And I'm like, "Oh my god, it actually fucking works!" Well, as she's monologuing, she's also like acting all intimidating, which my character is into that.
Oh my goodness, Kaito.
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure I've read this on hentai before.
So I'm like, I know what I'm doing when I go to face her.
Oh, that got a reaction from somebody here who probably just isn't interacting, most because he maybe hasn't played D&D, I don't know. Hein, have you read that on hentai before as well? This is a legitimate question, Smile. This is a legitimate question, Smile.
Maybe, I can't remember.
Anyways, we go, and we go the next day. We go to actually raid the building, and I'm like, okay, I'm going in and I'm gonna disrupt their security system. Because hi, I'm not very tanky, but I can throw a punch, but I can also like hack things very well.
Yeah.
I go in, and here is big, lack of a better term, dommy mommy snake lady.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for that description.
Yes, yes, I know you like my wife, but come on now.
Anyways, here's big snake lady, and I'm just like, this is probably exploiting the luck mechanic, because in the system we have like a luck dice pool. Where if you roll a 6, it explodes and you get to roll that 6 again. And then my character also has the young exploit, which means that I can declare it a young roll, and I can make all of my 6s explode to where I can roll again.
Incoming. Hang on.
Oh
Seems cool,
boy.
but also,
So-
oh no.
So I was
I
like DM.
That's hard to recover
I want to
from.
woo this because this is literally my tagline. I was like, this is literally my tagline for my character. I want
We
to
are
do
nearing
this.
the next stop.
He's like, all right, you can roll it, and we'll see how it works. I'm like, cool. I'm throwing all 3 of my luck dice into this, and I'm declaring it a young roll.
Oh, I could see the
Like an
expression.
Suffice it
Yeah,
to say, because the dice, and I only had, so I had a total of 8 dice I could roll
Yeah.
at that time, and they're D6s. With my luck dice and the exploding dice pool, I was able to roll
What a great
over,
lineup
I
from
want to say it was
Food
over
Services.
35,
Food truck incoming.
and
Hang
complete,
on.
and literally didn't even have to fight her. She just
just
lowered the
mean.
firewall, let me do my thing, and she's like, I'll see you on the ship.
Well, Kaito, I see harm protagonist powers are really certainly working here.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, what more do you want? It's harm protagonist powers working to a T.
It is my protagonist powers working outside of anime.
Dude, you are just one IRL. I think we already established this now. Come on.
We
so.
did. We did establish it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we really have just established this already.
I blame the fact that I was like anime protagonist dense in high school as well.
You've always been Smile?
Yeah, I've always been dense. Like I was on Facebook, and I was talking to a friend of mine from high school, and they're like, "Yeah, I had a huge crush on you." And I'm like, "Wait, what? You had a
Bruh.
crush on me?"
Actually,
Oh boy.
run ruiner. Straight up right there.
Okay.
Let's see here. I have 2 fun stories. I have one funny haha. Oh geez, I'm really making this player's life hell story as a DM. And then I have one that is I broke the entire adventuring party's heart DM story. What you want to hear first?
Let's hear the break their heart and then the funny one, because I got 2 funny ones to follow. So.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm doing it in reverse order, cause fuck you. I feel like this would fit tonally better. So
The illusion of choice.
the illusion of choice. JK, I'm still the DM. Main thing is. Actually, no, I guess because I have to explain it this way, I actually have to do the sad story first, god damn it. No! I wrote myself into a corner!
Haha.
Oh, actually,
My choice
I
after
honestly
all.
didn't think cook services
you wanna know what that
still had
goes
it
for?
in.
That goes for a 2-minute intermission as I go to check my 3D printer. I'll be right back!
Alright, if you're gonna do that, I'll tell my stories because they're pretty quick. Okay. So I have two stories that actually, both of them come from the Morikawa campaign that I was talking about earlier. So the first is actually a hilarious story about my character, Cricket. Or at least I find this funny. So again, big thing in the campaign was like, we had to build our own society. And again, Cricket was the one making the technology for Morikawa. Now, the thing is, we settled Morikawa right between two rivers, and we wanted to, for like smoking meat, because we wanted to have, you know, preserved food, we wanted to have a little like smoking area. So, Kogan set some of the orcs about digging a hole, but it was going slowly because they were digging with their hands. So Cricket decided he was gonna make a shovel. So he goes up to the rivers, grabs a clam out of them, and it takes him 3 weeks to figure out how to tie a clam to a stick to make a shovel. Here's where it gets funny though. 3 years later, in campaign time, we had settled a little outpost on an ocean nearby, and we decided that we wanted to make a boat so we could kind of sail around the continent and, you know, have some good, you know, naval exploration. So I roll to have Cricket, you know, try to make a seafaring vessel. Not like a basic boat, but like an actual decent one, a ship. So I roll, and I roll a natural 20. And the DM says I can take 3 weeks, and I won't make a ship, I will make a full-fledged ironclad. So I find it hilarious that it took Cricket 3 weeks to the same amount of time to figure out how to make a shovel as it did for him to figure out how to make the world's first ironclad. I find that hilarious. That's one story. And then the other story is about the other player in the campaign, Kagan Ira. And it is the story of Kagan Ira, the immortal character.
Oh no, this already sounds good.
Yeah, so here's
This
the
already
thing.
sounds good.
It is. So here's the thing about Kagan Ira's player, Dragon. Dragon has really weird luck. He has luck that is like almost always terrible. He has really bad luck. But then just occasionally at the weirdest time, his luck skyrockets.
I'm back, by the way. Go on.
Okay, welcome back. And
Welcome
so
back.
there were several. Yes, welcome back. There were several points in the campaign where Kagan Ira lived through stuff he should not have. So in the first session of the campaign, he was exploring around in the forest near where we were settling Morikawa. He was alone, and he stumbled upon a brown bear, which was a CR1 creature. We were level 1, meaning a brown bear was basically a boss fight for a 4-person party. Kagan Ira decided to solo a brown bear, and in the middle of the woods just began beating down on this bear, having a wrestling match.
Oh my
Almost
God.
died, and he took a permanent penalty to, I believe, his intelligence in this fight, because he basically took massive hits and
Oh.
almost died, but lived. A
Question mark?
couple sessions later, we were trying to unify our tribe, Morikawa, with a tribe known as the Arrowhead tribe, which was actually the one where the ranger orc came from. He was the sub-chief of that tribe. So Kagan Ira declared effectively a chief war, which was the two chiefs of the tribes would fight each other, and if one basically came out victorious, then the two tribes would unify under that leader. So he went into a fighting pit against the Arrowhead tribe's leader. Got absolutely demolished. Like, there was literally one point where he had a crossbow bolt jammed into his head. He took another permanent hit to his intelligence and to his wisdom. But, through his luck, he lived through that fight too. Again, taking a permanent penalty. And then finally, we have the story of him making the Beat of Beasts. He went to the witch character, and he went to the, witch character, and decided, make me powerful, because Cricket had grabbed the Bead of Force, and he was like, ooh, these beads are interesting, I want one. So he went to the witch to find out about it, and the witch was like, oh yeah, I can make you a bead. You'll probably die though. He went, do it. And so, DM had him make a D100 roll. He rolled a 95, I believe, and the DC was like a 94. Buried in glue, and in the process, he lost like an arm and a leg. But it gets even funnier.
What is this series of unfortunate events we can ask that I'm hearing here?
Wait, there's 2 more times that I forgot about. There are 2 more times that I forgot about. The third was, the fourth time, after he made the Beat of Beasts, we were attacked by another orc tribe, which was basically, like, the final orc tribe that we were trying to unify with. They attacked us. So we were doing a full-fledged defensive war. Cricket had set up a bunch of defenses, bunch of like traps, explosive traps, all sorts of stuff. We were doing really well. However, the leader came and we had to fight him. Cog and Ira, though, because he was still recovering, because this was like as soon as he got back home after getting beat, he had, I believe, a quarter of his health, 5-foot movement speed, no AC, so he couldn't do anything in the fight against this guy.
Dude, this sounds like actual pain just listening to this whole description.
Wait,
why even?
It gets funnier. So,
this isn't funny, this is sad!
I love how Pyro's like, it gets funnier. Cruzy, this isn't funny, this is
Dude,
sad.
I'm just hearing somebody be noticed like, what are my options? You literally have no options. You've lost an option every time you've chosen an option.
What is my option? There is no option select.
Your option select's horrible, that's what it is!
So, what ends up happening? We're fighting against this other guy, and he is really tough. He's a full-fledged boss fight, and we are losing, because Cricket is the only, like, main party member at this point, and I basically have to solo, and even with the NPCs we have, this guy's just really tanky. He was a well-built character. So Kaganaima prays to the witch, and the witch says, alright, I'll help you defeat him. In turn, you need to give me something. Kagan agrees. So we find out after the fight, Kagan Ira had surrendered his children, and his children were wiped from existence. Not just killed, wiped from existence by the witch.
A series of unfortunate events.
The witch also, in that same deal, also put a curse on Morikawa as a whole that, like, slashed the birth rate.
You said this was funny? What is about this is funny? Haha! Your entire family line is fucking gone! This isn't funny! This is what? What the fuck? I expected a funny story, and instead it's about a guy who's just gonna be like, hey, I have no options select. What am I gonna do? Wipe from existence. What the fuck? What's your definition of funny?
Funny because he keeps surviving.
Honestly.
Funny that he keeps surviving and gets to keep. Oh my gosh! Get out of here! Get out! Get out of here! This is not funny. This is so sad. Can we get 15 likes and subscribes, please? This is fun.
One more case. The fact that he lived, yes.
Oh my god! Get out of here! I messed up so already. Fuck! I've been messing up so many orders.
Ready?
You've tilted me. You've tilted me. This is not a funny feel-good haha moment.
I've been
I never-
bamboozled.
Yeah.
Don't you dare say I never let in with it wasn't give me a half feel-good funny. You said you had 2 funny short stories! These are neither funny! Okay, I'll admit it was kind of short, but this is not a haha funny!
Cooking and serving.
Let me just. I found it funny just because he's still alive. That's why I said funny.
This is so sad! I found it funny because he's still alive? Don't straight up say that to the man! Oh, haha, you've gone through so much suffering, but at least you're alive. Ha 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 ha. What?
Hey, by this point, it had become a joke out of character that Kaguraira basically lived through anything. Which makes the final bit of this even more just ironic.
It's ironic, but it's sad! This... What?
It's only about to get worse.
I want to cut you off right now, but for the sake of your content, I'll let you go on.
Alright, the final case was...
I'm going to have an aneurysm right now, I'm telling you this. Straight up.
Ira was... I forget exactly why. He was trying to, like, self-master. I think it was because he was trying to, like, break the curse that the witch had put on him. So he was, like, trying to self-master, and he was trying to get stronger. Because, again, he had almost died several times by this point. So what he did is he basically had the Arrowhead, like, sub-leader guy. The second head of the Arrowhead clan, the one that, you know, he didn't kill in the fight. That guy had joined and become one of, like, the generals of our army. He basically said, alright, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna torture me within an inch of my life repeatedly so I can get stronger. So, after a lot of convincing, Guy agrees to do so. Kaguraira, you know, he goes on surviving a bit of it, but, you know, getting very, very injured, until one day, he is submerged in acid, and fails his death save. And the DM lets him live. At a price, though. Remember the enemy tribe leader? The tribe that attacked us and almost killed
Nice to
us,
see
and
cooks look
Kaguraira
delicious, trying their
sacrificed his
hardest.
kids to basically win again? Yeah, which brought Kaguraira back to life. They also brought that guy back to life, and gave him a bead.
Oh,
And so he
no.
became a recurring villain that we had to deal with, that we never got to, because the campaign ended early.
And
that is the story.
Villain.
That sadly never got a chance to occur.
This
But
is
yes,
so sad.
that is the
This-
story of Kaguraira, the man who never died despite deserving to die 5 times over.
This is so sad.
This is so sad. Can we get 15 likes?
This is so sad. I don't want to hear any more of this ever again.
Can we get?
That's pretty
Can
much-
we get? Can we get
It's not
25
funny!
likes?
No, I was gonna say that's pretty much all the big stories I have from that campaign.
Like, he deserves to die on that last end there. Honestly. Put him out of his misery. What kind of bullshit am I hearing?
How's everyone
That,
doing?
haha, it's funny because he survived all of that. That's traumatizing if you take it from a actual in-person perspective. Holy crap.
Obviously. Worst bit is, when he died, his soul was destroyed. He ceased to exist.
Yeah, gladly so. So he doesn't have to deal with any of this bullshit ever again in any life or the next.
Any timeline.
Gods. Alright, I'm gonna feel vindictive. Hey, I'm going to tell about haha moment when I made my entire player base sad. Hold on, I have to shut up because I need to do some cooking, serving, and deliciousing right now. And I can't mess this up. Well, I can mess this up, but I'd rather not.
So you know what I own that I haven't had a chance to use yet? No, I take that back. I've used it once.
Yeah?
I own the Konosuba tabletop RPG book.
Oh, yes, that would be so goddamn good. Yeah,
There
Chrono
is a
Super released a JRPG, or a tabletop RPG.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
If you
There
wanted
is
the
a-
biggest marketing spiel with it, the Trash Taste Boys played it with Demon Dice as the
Yeah.
DM.
Yeah.
Oh, Demon Dice.
DM Karen is
The
amazing.
Good Sir Delicious team have got to be proud of their
Joey
job,
was a
which is
fucking
firing
Crimson
all
Demon, and it
cylinders.
was ho 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 ho!
Oh yeah, DZ Newts.
DD
That's
Newts?
hard to recover from.
Looking
God.
for Gofa?
But, okay, going on from this, because I've calmed down. So, I've calmed down. I don't have blood in my eyes. I can actually see again now, after that horrible story. This is so sad. Pyro, what the heck, dude?
I'm just telling the story of Kagura.
Oh my! Don't say don't shoot the messenger. Are you kidding me? Anyway, going on from this. So, as I've said before, my player Kinsey, he has playing, you know, Tyro Stormwind, made to be like the old paladin man who's supposed to be the tutorial, big tutorial. He obviously had himself, he had his own, he had all of his own stuff sorted out, and he first came to me and said, hey, I'd love to be able to retire this character in one way or another, whether it be through death or through, he just retires to the side. I want his son to take over, who's also secretly alive, TLDR. The guy became Crown Guard in service after bandits killed his wife and kids in the village or so, but his son secretly survived and joined the Crown Guard to watch over his dad. They don't, he doesn't know that he's alive though, just haha, secrecy and whatever. Cool plot point for his story and whatever, and he wanted his son to take over the mantle of, leading the party afterwards. Tyro Stormwind to Telro Stormwind was their names. And it was, that's cute, and, I told him, it's like, okay, look, because it's tutorial season, I'm probably not gonna kill anybody, so I'll just retire him one way or another, and then your son can take over. So, Season 1 to Season 2, basically, so it was like when the transition happened, they were going overseas to fight a cult that they had discovered. They had discovered a cult lying in wait underneath the first continent, and they needed to, well, fight them, make things right, etc., etc. So, you know, so they went to find the cult's secret base or whatever on a island nation. When they got there, the cult started fighting them and whatever stuff like that or so, and they used crippling curses that were unnamed spells that basically, traditional cult stuff starts sapping the life force of people whenever it touched them, crippling them. Suri was there again to help as just a healer in the back, but she got hit with it, and what had her at first swimming, now, yeah, she was really just gonna be like, okay, nope, she's just gonna be horse-bound, so that's wheelchair-bound for basically, the rest of her life, unless we found a way to cure this or so. And Tyros, the old man, got inflicted with it too, so he was, not feeling the best, sores, whatever, stuff like that or so. So his son comes out of hiding of yeah, I snuck on the ship. Look, don't tell my old man that he's alive. That he's alive. Yes, old man, you're still alive. Congratulations. Don't tell the old man that I'm alive, but I'll lead in his stead and I'll complete it, for the glory of the king and whatever or so. Here's a problem though. Kinsey, everybody else is just, I guess normal, 30 feet movement or so. Kinsey having a steed, either through magical means of the spellfind steed or just an actual regular living horse, or, he has horse movement. So, he's got a lot more range with 60 feet, and he kind of makes the mistake all the time of charging in.
Oh no.
Faster than the rest of the party. And, to be fair, I never punished him at the beginning for it, because, it's the beginning, I'm not gonna hold anything more. I'm more concerned with making sure that the other members get used to combat and whatever, stuff like that or so I never really punished him for it. I let him do his thing, because then the party could also see, okay, this is what he's doing in combat. This is how he's succeeding in combat. This is what I need to do. Or, yeah. This is what I could do. I could do damage. I could move. He had the sentinel trait, so he was also so party was learning about reactions and stuff like that. And he was a really good resource for that. But
Enough.
when it came to the final boss, you know, the cultists are humans, and they could like it wasn't anything like cult of Cthulhu, like nothing more too special to explain on that. But you know, the NPC, the enemies, the NPCs, they aren't stupid. They were catching on to it, and so what happened is that when the final boss fight first started in the arena, he charged forwards on his first turn, yes, and then the evil cultist and then like when turn 2 started, Destroyer action, you know, dark, demonic, black lightning or whatever, literally separates him from the rest of the party, splitting the battlefield in two. Where he's all alone on one half of the battlefield, and the rest of the party's on the other side. So it's like, oops, that's a player moment. But then it's the defining thing, because what happens then is... Shit, I don't remember the spells that I used, but basically it was like darkness, deafening, blah blah blah. The cultist leader starts like literally command grabs poor Teleros, starts holding him, sapping the life energy, you know, like any other media. It's pretty cliche, but I'm keeping it to that point. The party starts fighting their way to him, and what happens through many turns of events and everything in between, they see, like, they're able to see that, like, okay, we don't know where he is, but we know he's lost in that darkness there, and he's, from what we're seeing of, like, chill touches of, like, other, like, you know, energies, and obviously, like, from the whole battlefield itself and what's going on, he's probably dying and he can't resist too much. Spoilers, he really wasn't able to. His life was steadily decreasing from, like, you know, out of character, players were seeing it. But from in-person perspective, everybody's like, what? Okay, there's environmental effects. We have to destroy stone pillars that are conducting lightning and whatever. We have to, like, kill the mobs that are protecting them. That way when we destroy them, it stops conducting, you know, like any other puzzle fight or so. They start trying to do that, but they realize that it's like, oh shit, out of character. You have like 6 HP, dude. You don't start passing out and start failing death saves immediately. Oh no. Cool player thing happens to where they're like, what can we do? Suri is still dragging along. She was dragged along on an additional horse. She knows the light spell, being a cleric, and what she does, you know the spell, the darkness. It's really just a dark cloud. You can't see anything in, sounds, whatever it does in its shape or so. She lights her mace. She tries to chuck it, you know, because it's lightning, but it's not like an invisible wall. Chuck it towards where the darkness field is. It does not reach, just, you know, she's pretty mortally wounded at this point or so. A ranger shoots an arrow at it, knocks it forwards. A wizard, you remember Nissa Finbit, Pyro, probably.
Yeah,
She uses a lightning bolt across the battlefield to both strike enemies and knock it closer, and through teamwork combined, they're able to get that one little mace inside the cloud of darkness, which illuminates the room. We get to see that Kotosia is draining his life. They're able to start attacking him, because, you know, you can see him. And the main thing about it is that, okay, they saved Teleros. He soon eventually kill him. And whatever, and Teleros is like acting all high, and it's like, ha, you couldn't kill me yet or so. I don't feel a thing. But the cultist and like the big bad like in his dying breath, it's like, oh, I didn't just play. It's like, you think I only just tried to curse your blood? I've cursed your whole family line. And Teleros is like, I don't have a wife, I don't have a kids, I don't know what you're talking about. Haha, everybody's all fine and mighty as they kill the cultist, no deaths or whatever. They get back to the ship, and, hey, that family line thing? Yeah, Tyros, or when an old man succumbing to the curse on the ship, he's unresponsive.
Oh, no.
100,000%. And the season ends with just that little cliffhanger.
Ah, no!
Oh.
You have to do it on a cliffhanger!
So...
You're mean.
Oh, it was fantastic, because the whole thing was, when the first episode of the next season, it was a somber funeral of everything in between. There was a chance at resurrection, and no dice.
Oh, no.
No dice on it. Everybody was fucking sad, or like, why, Cruzy? And
Courtesy.
Kins himself was like, dude, I thought you were gonna retire him. And it's like, nope. Nope.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
He's retired.
I'm evil.
Forever.
I love being evil.
Okay. So it looks like we've gone from telling funny stories to stories of us
I was about to say, where are
traumatizing
the
people.
funny stories? I missed the funny stories.
Yeah, no, you deserve it after that, Pyro.
I didn't
here's the
deserve
thing,
this.
I can
My
I said
story is
Pyro, I didn't
funny.
say Kaito.
I know. Here's the thing about this.
I still
I
had to.
can try
I still
telling-
had to listen to these stories.
Yeah, but you could leave any time. But then again, that means I just have to take my anger out on Pyro and Ein. I don't think Ein's responsive. I think he's comatose too.
I think, yeah,
I think I
I'm
needs to
done.
make it. I think I needs to make a dex save.
What?
We are nearly
I'm,
Just a random.
I
What?
just tuned back into this conversation. I was completely out of it. What am I being dragged into?
Hey guys, look, I'm past the dex save. He's
Don't
back.
don't worry about it. Anyway, other fun story times here though. So from that point on, you know, Kins is just playing Tauros in Stormwind, and the fun thing is, in season 3, one of the they went to a desert nation. I think I already told you about this before, Pyro. It's called Zestos, and the way, I need to explain this a little bit. The way that it works is that they have a king, but it is a full democracy. He's known as the Sand King, and the way that the nation works is that, being a desert nation, they have to fight over resources or whatever, or resources are pretty scarce, they aren't abundant. People have to just do what they can, and the way that everything is conducted is through 10 guilds. It's all compartmentalized, that way nobody can act solely of their own interest. So that way everybody has to begrudgingly cooperate no matter what. And the leader, and each of them are referred to their position in the guild. So it's the leaders are referred to, you're the leader of the guild of Sits, which is security. So you are the Sits. You're the Sit speaker, you are the Sits, etc. Stuff like that or so. The Guild of the Nines is the guild for adventurers, made to process all people inside, outside, and foreign affairs, and along with cooperating with security and whatever, exactly for that reason. You see, forced cooperation. It actually works as a system. The king is just made to get everybody together on topic and everything like that or so. So it's a really cool system, and it's a really cool system with how it works all together, because the players had to go through playing politics, playing favorites with certain people to get what they want, and they had to, work through the different kinks of okay, who's trustworthy, who's not, who's playing towards their own agenda, and who really is actually going to benefit us, because it was a lot of subterfuge, a lot of political intrigue, that kind of cool stuff and whatever. The main thing is that the Guild of Nines, the adventuring, is Grisel Ravanka, leader. She is a prominent leader, succeeding her father as the leader of the guild, and namely, somebody in Tauros' past as her bodyguard, and ex. Oops.
Oh, I remember.
Season goes on, they do get back together, long distance relationships, because they have their own things to attend to. But one joke that spawned around, just out of character, is back when it was, what's his face? I forgot to put strawberry inside that crate. That guy's really just getting an empty crate with blueberries. I am so sorry, dude. Going on from this is that during Christmas time, we were just making jokes about fireside chats and whatever stuff like that or so. And one thing that popped up is when it came up to Tauros, it was we quoted the Eric Andre skit of, ladies and gentlemen, fire. And it just, the camera pans over to literally just a live fire just burning in the background. And one joke that happened is the player who plays Brit had just walked into the room on the conversation, and he was like, that's it. Kinsey, I can't believe you're cheating on Rachel with fire. Just the actual living embodiment and element of fire. And he's like, no. What do you mean? And so now it's just a constant joke now of Rachel calling in Todora said, "Hey, babes, like, how's it going? I'm sure you're not finding anything too heated now. It's just like bad puns or so, like completely out of character." And he's always like, "Cut it. Can I stop communication right now, please, please?"
God.
And that's just like an out of character joke, but it's just something that's grown now. Because hey, I can't believe you're cheating on your girlfriend with fire. Just fire.
Just fire.
What are you
Alright.
doing, dude?
Alright, I gotta ask Ian, because Ian's been quiet for the past, I don't know how long.
Well, first and foremost, Ian, are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Ian,
Yo.
this is more of a you and I thing.
Okay. Shoot.
Have you ever had a moment where you were doing voiceover work and all of a sudden, like, something embarrassed, like, you look and you're, like, super embarrassed because something happened? And if so, what was it?
Can't recall anything that has.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
For a moment.
Bruh moment. Alright, I'll share then. So,
You fool,
I
Ian is not ashamed of anything. Look at how proudly he touts his love for carnivores.
that's true, I gotta
Dead
remember
horse
that.
cruise. Dead horse, please.
What, do we want to go back to the maid stuff?
The maids in the Gardevoir is like a dead horse by now.
I mean, the
Well,
major
first and
top
foremost,
tier
I'll
stuff.
apologize right now. If you're tired of the teasing about it, I will stop. But in that case, then what do you want us to tease you about?
I don't fucking know. Just find something else, please. Every fucking day.
Whoa! Oh, Ian, time to expose yourself about another thing that you like!
And I'm immediately muting.
You know this guy can voice act almost everyone in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged series.
Catch. My question is, unless Ian tells us another thing that we can expose him and make fun about, we're gonna keep teasing about the same things, right?
I'm sure he'll slip up at some point.
What's
I mean,
the
in all
muted chat
honesty,
real
you
quick?
just gotta take a look at my likes for Twitter there and see what I find.
I was about to say, I'm about to pull up Ian's Twitter real quick.
Bruh moment.
So my story, hi, I have a demo reel that is, oh gosh, what? Actually, I'm gonna look that up real quick.
Oh wait, I
How
don't
old is
have to
that
do
demo
anymore.
reel?
What am I doing?
How old is that demo
That was
reel?
a horrible day.
Damn. 4 years old. God, no, it's almost 5 years old at this point.
What
Anyways,
a very
I
good
had a
finish
demo
for
reel.
Cook served delicious.
I didn't
Not
have a
perfect, but
recording,
very
like a
good.
recording area to actually record this demo reel in. So I was using the sound isolation booth. That was basically like the basically a very small vocal recording area, and I was using it. And it is on my college campus,
Yeah.
and it's like right in the TV studio.
Okay.
And the only thing that's like blocking me from the TV studio proper is like a glass door.
Mm-hmm.
For the demo reel, I had a few lines where I was yelling. Well, the TV studio is open to any student
Yeah.
that wants to just hang out, or maybe like a digital media student that wants to film something.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom. Ready?
There were a few
Set.
digital media students that walked in right as I was yelling something, that like a generic anime protagonist would yell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
We are
the
near
way
Such
I was
as?
yelling, the sound isolation booth isn't that great for yelling.
Mm-hmm.
I look out the glass door, and I see like 3 people looking at me. I'm just like, oh no,
Mm-hmm.
oh no. So I pop out. I'm like, hey guys, just ignore anything you may have seen. Just recording something.
Hey, Chaito, can I get three short tates and 3 long tates real quick?
Let's go.
3 what?
3 short tates and 3 long tates? Right now, do it live on stream.
Oh god, short takes and long takes. What do you want exactly?
Oh, come on, short tates and long tates. Just, you know, grunts, pains noises.
Oh god.
That's the
alright.
joke. That's right. That's just a hood costume like joke. If you hear 3 short takes, 3 long takes, you know that's right. Hey, like for video games, I need like you're in a fighting game. I need 3 short takes, 3 long takes. Okay. You know,
I got you.
that's short takes and long takes right there.
Yeah. There you go.
That's it, bruh.
No, there. I did more.
Okay, no, I didn't hear it because of the game. Oh my god. Sorry.
Hold on. Now.
Love ya. But no, that's just a recurring joke that goes around. I always see all the time.
Yeah.
We
No,
are
I will
nearing
say,
the next
like,
stop.
if you look at any anime, if you take any anime or any, like, fighting game, and just take one sound clip out of context, it sounds like something else.
You can take so many sound clips out of context. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. Hey, what are you playing? It's like, what are you doing? Oh, I just played 5 Archibald Arrives cards. Oh! Thank you, Pro ZD. I love you, dude.
Taking care of the ship.
Yeah, that is.
Those are great.
Oh, he just died.
embarrassing
I'm
story thing.
finished. He is retreating.
On your
Satisfied.
mark. Ready,
Satisfied.
set, go.
I won't set. Okay, now that's gratuitous. No, it's the dragon's name. Come on, dude.
Come on, man. This is a little too on the nose.
Ready for the next stop?
So, embarrassing thing, I toyed with the idea, before I became a VTuber, I toyed with the idea of recording an audio drama.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
I don't see how this goes. Please, go on.
I didn't do it, but I toyed with the idea of, like, a, relaxing night, audio drama that I was thinking about putting on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I kind of want to do one still.
Do one. Do it for the content.
Do it
Go
for the
ahead.
content. I need to put something on my YouTube channel, like, good god.
Hey, I still only have my one single Sunday voice patch on my Ko-Fi. Hey, you should download it. It's free to get. It's pretty cute. I think they did a pretty damn good job with it.
It is nice.
Really, have you listened to it?
I have not, no.
Yeah, stop lying straight to my face, boy.
Get
I
all
was trying to
that.
help you sell it.
Well, the fact that you're just kind of like, oh, it's nice. Have you listened to it? No. Why should I? Excuse
I didn't
me?
say that last part.
I love being in a voice chat with you guys.
Man, I'll beat you.
Cook's so delicious, it's really living up to its name.
I retract my previous statement.
Love you. You're wonderful. Oh, fuck.
Ooh, they're gonna feel
The
that
question,
in the morning.
though, the question though is,
Ah, shoot, I missed the keyword.
what genre of audio drama should I do?
I have no
I
clue.
don't
I don't
know
listen to
what
audio
genre
drama, so I have no way to gauge about what's popular or not. Or like what would fit, what would sell.
The harder part is figuring out what would sell with my generic anime protag-ass voice.
Kaito, you say that. That's literally the marketability of it. Oh no! I fit a generic. I fit a generic thing that a lot of people. That can mean I can flex onto a lot of different roles. Whatever shall I do, Kaito? It is being gifted to you on a silver platter, boy.
Okay, I was trying to be a little humble here.
And I'm calling you out for that! Get yourself out in the booth and record right now! Hey, can I get 3 short takes and 3 long takes? Thank you.
You're welcome. Use those however you want.
I think I'll use you. I think I'll use that for something more later. I'll say this, I have no idea where I was waiting with that. I was just trying to tease, and I was like, yeah, I have no good transition for this.
It's like, I have no idea where I'm going with this bit, but we're still rolling with it.
Look, we're doing it live, and I'm committing to the bid. You know me, very much so. We've known each other the longest out of everybody here. I mean, like,
Yes.
I've known you the longest out of, like, the 3 people here.
Well, Ian's known me the longest.
No, I mean, like, my side, idiot.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
clarified.
Yeah.
Idiot,
Yeah.
never mind. I'm disowning you. I'm disowning, no. I'm,
Dang, sorry. Alright, bye.
that's the wrong words, but even then, it got the entirely wrong point across anyway.
I've just been sitting here grinding in Minecraft with this entire conversation.
Serves you right.
Whoa, this really is the
Conversation's
delicious
great.
vaccine.
Serves me right, but how is that a response? I didn't do anything.
You said karma earlier to me when I totally deserved it. Therefore, you die for your sins.
I'm not even suffering though, I'm just doing stuff.
Suffer!
Grinding in Minecraft is suffering, so suffer.
Or as I keep saying to my friends when I was playing Apex Legends, Silence Movement Legend, top tier. I'm so excited for the next Apex season that releases tomorrow!
Nearly there.
Oh, I am ready to play video games.
I am I'm tempted to start playing Apex again. Like at the same time, I also kind of want to get back into PSO too.
Just do what you want, boy. Simple as that.
The problem is I have so many games I want to play, and I just downloaded. I never got a chance to play it, but I just downloaded SAO Hollow Realization.
Catch?
So I think I know what my next like story-driven game is gonna be.
Have fun with that, though. Oh shoot, I thought I was done with the day. I tabbed out. Tabbed out to check Twitter. And, oh no, I'm messing everything up! Fuck! No!
Oh no, not like this!
I tabbed out because I thought I was done with everything. Well, everything's going down the drain. I blame nobody else than myself.
We got this, chef.
I thought you were gonna blame me.
Yeah, I threw the brain destroyer at you, didn't I? Get out of here, nerd.
Honestly, I'm so used to being blamed that I'm more surprised by now.
Oh no, so whenever I collab with the other Shadow, right?
Yeah.
He has this list that he uses to
Fuck.
blame. And apparently 9 times out of 10 I end up on the top of the list. And he's like, no, it's a rotating list. I'm like, okay. He's like,
Bruh,
yeah,
no,
no,
man.
I have the sole discretion to change the order of the list whenever I want. I'm like,
This sounds like Soul's Grudge list, but with extra steps.
I know that's what
Grudge.
I was thinking.
Grudge.
Ah yes, I remember the grudges. Also, my new farm is complete.
Nice.
nice.
Stuff.
It's slightly bigger, I believe. I believe I made it 1 block bigger in each
Not
direction.
perfect,
It was
but
gonna be
not
2,
bad
but
either.
the water doesn't irrigate that far. So instead, what I'll just do is try to get glowstone later and use that to make up the difference and also make it prettier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I really need to do now is I need to make a smelting room so I can get all the stone needed to make the creeper farm.
Don't forget, you can also use the stone cutter.
Well, no, I need to smelt cobblestone into stone.
Oh, okay. Does it need to be just pure stone, or can it be like decorative stone?
It could be either, but I wanna do it pure stone because that'll make it look the best.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I also need to find an area to
Oop.
actually build the farm.
My window capture was on. I still had my window capture on. I was gonna check who I want to raid. Possibly I was gonna play like one more day of CST, and I still had my window on. So I was watching Evo last time I streamed.
Huh.
Omega? Oh.
This has been a very fun stream to be a part of.
Well, of course, which means you gotta come by and pump up my viewer count a little bit more every now and then, right?
You do realize I've been in the viewers this entire time.
I have my viewers off, so how would I know, idiot?
I was gonna say, me pump up your viewer numbers. You're bigger than me.
I hope you know that, dude, you are saying that to a small fish in a even smaller pond. And I hope that you know that I was just making a huge ass meme of myself when I said that. Of, pump up my viewer count. What do you mean? I don't watch my viewer. I don't see how many viewers I have. I was just trying to be snarky for the sake of being snarky, okay?
Wait, you don't see your viewer count either? Hey, yo, same.
I just keep it off, and then I get sad at the night when I'm like, I want to raid somebody, and then it says, you're raiding with one person. I'm like, I'm still doing this, but this show's bad, man. It sucks.
And a shout out to Bear Tank,
That
one of the
was-
best
that
chefs
was
in the world,
literally
who's
me the
recovering
other
from
night. I
losing
was
his
like,
hands in a tragic waffle iron incident.
I think it was
Get well soon,
Saturday,
buddy.
because Sunday my
Wait,
net
when did
ended
this
up
happen?
dying. And I had to end my stream early.
Mm-hmm.
But the other Shadow, we still kept going. We just, instead of both of us streaming, it was just the other Shadow streaming, so I just rated him
Yeah.
with my end, because I was like, I'll try rebooting the stream, and that didn't work. So I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm sending everyone to Shadow, or we're just gonna keep rolling.
Yep.
But Saturday, I was like, okay, we're gonna go raid Kaylee, and I have no idea what my viewer count is because I just turned that shit off.
Damn it.
And I'm just like, oh, I only have.
Wait.
It's just me.
Wait. Go.
It's
Aw.
like,
I'm still gonna
And
do
a
it.
shout out to Bear Tank,
Yeah.
one of the best chefs in the world, who's recovering
still
from
gonna
losing
do it,
his
but, like,
hands in a tragic
goddamn.
waffle iron incident. Get well soon, buddy.
Wait, when did
it's
this
like,
happen?
despite it all, so it's like, I do have to grow, but I just don't market myself enough. I know that immediately off the top of my head. As I, yeah, I know this is a Twitter problem for me just because I've been super busy, but I don't understand the algorithm and I don't play to the algorithm at all. Also, it doesn't help that I stream at super freaking late times at night, so that probably doesn't play a good factor in helping things out at all either.
What's weird to me, when I had the weird working hours with like my previous employer, and when I worked the night shift, or when I worked when I was at my previous employer and I was like streaming super late at night, most of my viewers came from Europe. And that's where I saw like most of the growth. I was like, oh, okay, interesting, but cool.
Nice question marks. Even though all of my marketing classes tell me that I need to keep up with it, I'm stupid and lazy and I don't keep up with my analytics, even though it's something I really should be doing.
Hey, yo, same though.
Silence, computer algorithm.
Okay, funny story.
I like brand.
I have a funny story.
Go
This
on.
happened
Wow,
last
look at
week.
Cook so delicious
So
go.
I have a
I don't know
friend.
about you,
Her name
Brad,
is
but I know
Whitey,
where I'm eating tonight.
and she was taking a hiatus for college as well.
Yeah.
And she recently came back to Twitter, and she found out the whole you can change your profile picture to an NFT.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I leave for a few months. What the fuck is this shit?
Yep. Nope. They have
So
every
I
right to
reply-
just be
so
like,
I-
what happened?
So I reply back, I'm like, yeah, Twitter did something stupid. It wasn't my fault this time. She's
Wasn't
like,
your fault this
You
time."
literally have updating code in your name. I'm like, I swear it wasn't me.
Silence, computer program. Oatmeal, Mario.
How long have I had updating code in my Twitter? I don't even remember.
One thing that I'm trying to get more into, because like getting back to like the earlier point of like, Yeah, I know I'm a small-time person, but like, I've been on and off, super inconsistent. I'm late to my own streams all the darn time. I don't advertise out enough, and also, another problem that I have is my time is super late at night. Granted, I'm doing what works for me the best, where I can get the most time uninterrupted, and my parents gracefully so, like, recognize that and let me stream without too much interruption, and I'll always thank them for that. But like, you know, it's not a time when people are going to be always watching or so at all. And I recognize that. But the problem, of course, is just like, you know, not too many people are around. And I don't have too much more to say about that. The funny thing that I get to, the funny thing about it, of course, though, is, what's his face? Hold on. I lost my train of thought because I was like, wait, I'm about to start failing in my game and I can't have that happening now. Oh, no, I remember now. The funny thing is that, like, I saw some people doing it, and I've tried to pick up on that trend, is that now, whenever I'm streaming, I just changed my Twitter name real quick, just online, to just be now, like, chatreuseproxy, now live, because, you know, that's like, you know, that's a neat thing I can easily do, work into, just like, hey, now, even if you check me late at night, you can see I'm streaming, I'm live right now, and you can come by me now. But the problem is that usually after my streams, I promptly pass the fuck out. So like, I wake up in the morning, and I'm like, I'm gonna do my good morning tweet. Oh shoot, it still says I'm live.
Oh no, I'm guilty of that too.
chatreuseproxy has been
actually-
streaming for 16 hours.
I am so, like, I'm guilty with my Discord. I leave my Discord statuses online, so I'll, like, pass the fuck out. And someone will DM me at, like, 1:30 in the morning.
Dude, like,
And,
the
being
thing...
Like, hey, you still awake? No, I'll read this. I'm like, shit.
The thing that makes me so mad all the time is like, I have some of my friends, like, some of my old friends back in high school or so, were those types of Steam friends to where it's like, hey, I see you're online, you want to do something? And it's like, dude, I just left my computer on in the background. I'm not free.
Yeah, no, I had someone that was like, hey, you free? I'm like, no, I'm at work right now. They're like, why are you showing up as online then? I'm like,
Dude, I left my computer on. What more do you want from me? God.
I'm like, I left my Discord statuses online on my computer, and my computer is left on.
Yeah, that's the thing that pisses me out the most. It's like, well, I know you're on mobile if it shows a phone icon, but it shows you're green. Dude, I didn't put my computer to sleep.
But hopefully not a turnover.
Yeah, no, I never. Do you? Okay, so no judgment zone. Do y'all turn your computer off or put it into sleep mode or no?
I sleep moded. I alternate between the two.
My laptop, I close the screen, I let it go into sleep mode. My new PC, I do fully turn it off each night.
Maybe I'll actually get. Maybe I'll get to 10. I'll keep
I don't
going for
turn
now.
off my PC. I probably need to at some point.
Yeah, probably.
I
'Cause the more you
think
keep it running,
it
the
does
more
go
it'll
into
slow.
sleep mode though, because I do have to shake the mouse in order to kind of wake it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds like sleep mode. Also, I now
Oh no,
have
it's
a
just the
massive
screen.
bug.
It's just the screen, but I will put it into sleep mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my bad. So no, my PC just stays on 24/7.
Yikes! No, that's not healthy.
That doesn't sound good. No, you
That
need
is-
I
to
always
turn it
turn
off
off my computer
occasionally.
whenever I go to bed.
I think I'll start putting it into sleep
Oh,
mode.
Ein! Please get a good rest and reset your sleep schedule.
Delicious. 3.
What is the sleep schedule?
Don't joke about this with me now.
A thing that doesn't exist.
Hang on.
Y'all joke about this stuff with me, and I'm actually going to drop kick some of you in the face,
You
straight
hate
up.
to see it.
Also, why was my OBS open for some reason?
That's just a personal problem.
I don't know why, but like in my little in the little like the carrot that like expands stuff that's in the background,
Mm-hmm.
OBS was in there twice, and I'm like, wait, I don't have OBS open. What the fuck?
Sounds like a personal problem. Fuck, I messed it up. Gee, I put garlic, not I for ginger. Ah!
Red light.
So I said I'm gonna end off on the last day, but then I see like I'm in the last zone of the main story of the game, and I have to do 20 days before I can do the last mission. I'm on 6 out of 20. So I'm like, I want to cut myself some slack for next time that I play. So I'm going to at least get up to 10.
Not at all.
Can we turn you into food? I am not a marketable snack. I am a marketable plushie if you redeem it. Haha, wait, that's nudge.
Let me see if I have enough redeem points. Ah, no, I don't.
Save it for next time. This stream's only gonna go on for maybe like another
Wait,
hour.
I do have
at
enough
most.
points to make you a plushie.
I mean, I have 2 redeems for the plushie to put it on my head or to make me the plushie.
I'm over here like, do I? But I want to save for the disappearance of Cruzy's vocal cords.
You are actually a menace to
also wanna
society,
save
and
for
I'm
that.
going to beat your ass.
Hey, I am.
Cruz, it's going to
10
happen one
KB.
day.
Yeah, I know it's gonna happen one day, and then that's when I'm actually gonna be like, haha, can I take it back, please, please, please? And then I'm going to die straight up.
You see, what we need is we need to get it so you... A billion, I believe.
Very RPO. Okay, good.
I believe the disappearance is 1 billion points. Yes.
I'm pretty sure I said it's like 1 billion or something unreasonable, so hopefully I'd never have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I say.
What percentage?
See lots of critical information, Pepe laugh.
If you're at 10,000, I think you are 0.001%.
I just remember Soul
Don't
counting off like
trust
how
me.
close they were to it all the time too.
Well,
And I was
you
just
know
kind of
what
like,
we need to
why?
do?
Why are you doing this, dude?
You know what we need to do? We need to get the channel point gambling mechanic on your channel done, so everyone can gamble all their points to one person to speed up the process.
Gods, dude, no. Not the gambling. Not because I'm
Yeah.
against it, but because I'm too lazy to set it up. No, dude, not the game. Please! I'm too lazy! Actually, I should just make you a mod and you do it instead.
I have no idea how. I've never interacted with Twitch beyond being a viewer.
Oh, Pyro, how does it feel to be a mod of my channel now? Fuck, I messed up something because of you! No! I'm blaming you in all of its entirety.
I fully expected this.
You expected this? What does that mean?
It means what it means.
I'm going to beat you up.
It means what
Bring
it
it
means.
on.
Kaito, do you want to
Bring
join in
it
and being
on.
beat up after you're a masochist? Don't answer that.
Another solid performance by Cook Serve Delicious. They really are the best thing to come out of Boise since.
I was sitting here with just such a smirk on my face for this entire conversation.
Gods, do you want me to wipe that smirk off? I'll do it right now.
Come on
See-
over to Florida, then I can give you a hug.
I'm going to give you something much worse than a hug at this point.
I will accept it, and then I will give you a hug. 'cause
It's
you
sort
are
of
my
punch to the
friend.
face. Get out of my sight. No, I messed up again because of you. I am choking. I am professionally choking live on stream. Choking hazard. Good night, Calvin. Have yourself a good night.
Oh
Like
yeah, I'm
Elvin.
at point. I'm at 1/1000th%.
Gods, I can't believe you're doing the math to make my vocal cords disappear. Also, I love how even in the middle of my roasting, and I'm just surprised by myself, I'm able to just switch perfect customer service right there. Man, I'm about to beat you up tonight. I hope you, wherever you are, wherever you may be, you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Gods. Man, I'm wonderful, aren't I?
I feel like retail does that to people.
Wow, nobody's gonna tell me how wonderful I am. I see how it is.
No, you were fantastic, Cruzy.
Thank you. Of course I
Yeah,
am. Oh!
that is true.
Ooh, that was
I'm
I'm
just
waiting
being-
for you to mess up now. I'm waiting for you to mess up. That's fine, man.
I'm just being vain for the sake of being vain. This is so
I'm
fun.
waiting for it to come for your pride.
I'm concentrating hard, and I haven't messed up anything yet, so
I was
fuck
gonna
you, dude.
I was gonna say, Cruzy. Oh, I'm I'm not narcissistic. I just have great self-confidence. Also, Cruzy.
I'm joking, okay? God, it's almost like you want me to mess up. Jeez.
And it sounds like you did.
Well, to be fair, I did fat finger that one that time.
We got this, Jack.
I just straight fat fingered one of these.
Oh, my face.
Do you want me to make it hurt another way? AKA, I punch you very hard.
As long as I'm allowed to take my glasses off beforehand, sure.
You wouldn't punch a guy with glasses, would you?
Oh, I see what you did there.
Gods.
You wouldn't
Actually,
punch
no,
a
that
guy with
reminds me.
glasses
Do you-
unless you want to pay
Wait a
$500
second.
to get them repaired.
That reminds me. Who here has Tabletop Simulator?
Hi, I do.
I don't.
I don't.
Fuck. Damn it. How
For a
much is
restaurant
Tabletop
that
Simulator
shut
right
down
now?
twice, I'd say that's
I can
about
tell you
what
real
it
Oh
quick.
gosh. Cruz once again buying.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna restart my computer.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
It's regular price, 20 bucks, darn it. So I would say
Yeah.
one thing that I still need to do is have more board game nights with people. And one board game that I feel like Pyro, I think I've told you about before, but I do have to play. The Red Dragon Inn. Oh baby.
I want to play that. I want to play that so bad. I've wanted to play that for like 2 years now.
Wow, if we got more people to play.
If I get a tabletop sim, I will happily play it with you.
Yes! Please! I would gift it to you, but I kind of spent like 60 bucks on repairing my 3D printer.
Ready.
So,
Just get more money.
I'm working my ass off! I apologize that I've been busy with summer and shit like that. Man, shut your honky-tonky looking ass up right now. I'm gonna beat you up for assuming that I'm not trying my best. Excuse me? Do you know how much time and effort it takes to stream and everything? I messed up because of you. I'm gonna restart the day real quick to get back to my tirade.
Wait.
Do you know how hard it is that I'm working to keep this cruise ship afloat? Do you know who's paying all this cruise rent for all this cruise ship? For all your cruise mates? My goodness, it's not cheap, I'll tell you that much. Not including all the cost that keeps up with the upkeep of this ship and the stream.
lady, that
My
got
goodness
hurt.
gracious, my own personal needs are being subjected to your whims. And how mean you are. Can we get an F in the chat for all of this unfair slander and grief that I am taking on the nose, very much so right now for comedy's sake? Man, Pyro, you're such a bad friend. Wow, I did not expect nobody to respond to this. Hey, come on, respond so I can clap back with some better humor.
No, I was just appreciating it.
To let you know, I almost got hit by karma really bad.
Yeah, serves you right. Serves you so. I messed up again.
Almost.
Let's restart that real quick. Also, I have no
Almost.
idea how I was
Didn't
able to
hit.
go on a tirade like that. Like, my just immediate off-the-cuff skills are so darn good, dude.
They are good. They are good. I've got to.
Of course they're good, because I'm me and I'm
You
wonderful.
hate to see it.
I was gonna say Cruzy's got like improv skills like no tomorrow. I
No,
wish I had
no.
Cruzy's improv skills.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's just. Wait, did I hit the wrong key? No, I don't think I did. Okay, I think this run's still not dead yet.
Wait.
But Kaito, improv skills is just like you just gotta keep putting yourself in like weird, uncomfortable situations at times and just keep practicing. Honestly, simple as it gets too, because you're not learning if you're not putting yourself in the frying pan at times. And quite frankly, it's like improv stuff is real fun.
Oh yeah, no, I've done a little bit of improv stuff. It's really fun. It's just for me, I don't know why, I always like to think about my responses. Wait, no, I know exactly why, because, hi, I have, like, no social skills whenever I don't think things out ahead of time.
Sounds like a personal problem. Just kidding, just kidding. Don't crucify me over this.
Cruzy with the hot take about to get canceled here.
Wow, it's almost like it's almost like you're just not used to functioning within a group of friends or so. Don't worry. Thank goodness I took you underneath my wing. Oh, I messed up again because of that. Ah!
Hey, Cruz.
Yeah.
Ready.
Karma just hit me so
Nope.
hard.
You've been muted on stream. Go on. I can't hear you.
I would say Karma hit me.
It was Joe's. I didn't mute you on stream.
Okay. But
I'm
Karma
not
just
that
hit me
mean
so
now.
hard. My-
Oh no! You said you know I didn't mute you on stream. Whoa! Way to
I
assume
didn't say
then.
that. I didn't say that.
I assumed.
How did karma hit you, Pyro?
Like a
So,
semi-truck, and
Kaito.
also a ban on Twitch.tv.
Kaito, you remember my little chicken egg farm thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, do either of you know what entity cramming is in Minecraft?
Oh no.
What entity what? Oh, entity cramming? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so I was throwing eggs into it so I could try to reach, the entity cram limit so I could know, okay, I have the maximum number of chickens. I accidentally let go of the shift key, and I fell in. And I was the final entity that started the entity cram. So I died in my pit of chicken.
Congrats.
And in order to get my stuff back, because I only had a single hopper and everything would have despawned, because I had like 10 stacks of smooth stone in my inventory, I'd open it up and jump in, which means 90% of the chickens escaped.
Sounds like a personal problem. Just don't be entity crammed, Fivehead.
Alright, so I'm going to go blow up Priest's house.
You see, this is where you can't mess up my house, 'cause that's also Flanny's house, and you know how Flanny's gonna feel about that.
Oh yeah, I was about to say.
I will.
I have diplomatic immunity, Mitch!
They've done
One section of the house is yours. That's below that.
Bruh moment. Oh man, this really be a bruh moment though.
Hey Pyro, I think we found our first test subject.
I agree.
There's no test subject if I'm never on the server. Oh my god. You got hard countered at option select, nerd. Fuck! I messed up again because of you. Whatever, I'm playing through this mistake.
We can have your house be the target.
No, I'm not gonna target Flanny's house.
I know, I'm not going to either.
Next stop, approaching.
Don't target anything Flanny's been doing. She's been working so damn hard on that cathedral, and it could break my heart if anything happened to it.
Oh, I'm not gonna target anyone's stuff.
Can we
I'm not
just
gonna
like
target anyone's stuff.
talk about like Flanny's insane builds on the server? Because like
They are
those are
really
amazing.
Oh, of
How-
course,
how-
she's amazing. She's my girlfriend. Oh!
Just for that, I hope you fail again.
What? A Joe Summer laughs are funny!
I was gonna say just girlfriend?
Well, I haven't really proposed to her yet, have I?
Actually, that's a good question. When are you going to?
Sometime. When we can find a
I'm
good time to
excited
actually
for
meet
when it
together,
happens.
you know? We'll see about it.
Fair. Yeah, fair. I say this because like I tease Kybro about it all the time because his girlfriend lives with us. And I'm like, so bro, when you getting her the ring?
Oh, you're just being a shithead of a little brother, and that's what it's all about.
I mean, that is the job of brother.
Little brother, Kybro is younger than me.
Well, you're just being a shithead of a bigger brother, and that's what it's all about.
It's my job.
Yeah,
That is
kinda.
the job of being a brother. It is to be an asshole to each other.
Now,
I'm
how
sure
old are you again,
any-
Trito? Because I did not know the age dynamic, so I just assumed.
I'm 25.
Damn it. End conversation. No, I fucked up.
Yeah, I'm 25. Kybro is 23.
Yeah. But what's his face? No, I just actually didn't know the ages, because I know, like, of course, we have younger people than me. I'm not the youngest, even though I'm used to being the youngest in most friend groups here. Weird having online
I'm
friends
the
that are
youngest,
younger than you.
currently.
Couldn't be me.
I'm the youngest in the voice call currently, I believe.
Yeah, but like, we have, like, Ray's, like, the youngest, I think, Gale Force member itself.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm the oldest in the server, right?
Kaylee?
Food truck incoming.
Question mark?
Hang on.
Wait, how old is Kaylee?
Greta, did you see that?
Go to her stream and ask her right now. Question mark?
She's still alive? Oh, she is still alive.
You know how long she streams?
I forget sometimes how long Kaylee streams.
It's always just like us. It's Kaylee, me, and Z whenever they get their setup again that always streams super late at night. At least in
Well,
Gale
when
Force.
When I'm able to, I'll eventually be able to stream as long as I want again.
I'll probably be someone that also streams pretty late at night when I do streaming.
We'll see how it goes for all of us in time, yeah?
Yep. Because again, I did tell you I would look into streaming when I got my computer built, and I haven't. And
Yeah, but don't force yourself now, boy.
I'm not forcing myself. It was something I was interested in.
But I'm still just saying, don't force yourself to do something for my sake.
I know.
No, I know that you want to show your undying love and devotion to me, but don't inconvenience yourself too much.
Well, you want to know what my response to that is, Cruz?
Yeah. Grudge?
The science!
Oh, I think what encapsulates that all is how I
What a
end with a
very good
bronze
finish
medal
for
for the
Cook
day,
Serve
and it's
Delicious.
like, no,
Not
yeah,
hard,
this is
but
pretty
very
far to the
good.
course. I don't think it actually counts as they had a bronze medal. Oh. Let me see.
This has been very entertaining.
Oh, of course I am. God damn it, I'm still at 7. Random foods? Oh, I don't want to do random foods, dude. What's here? Nachos, burrito. Oh my god, these foods are going to actually make me pull my hair out. Pizza's fine, pasta's fine. If I did what rest first, I need 7 points. Yikes, these are getting difficult. I don't want to do these.
I don't think I got an answer from Kaylee.
You know what? I think I'll just end off stream on that note for the meantime. I'm looking at the difficulties for the rest of these foods and whatever, and I'm like, you know, this is kind of not looking like the best for me to succeed.
This doesn't look fun. We're
Look, I
gonna
was doing
stop.
fine, but then after the last day, I'm like... But here, as always, we will raid out my Gale Force members, so... Sauce raid. Haley. Thank you everybody for joining me and Pyro and Chaito and Ein, God rest his soul. Would you two like to say anything else before we end off for tonight?
All he had to do was say he was dead, and then he returns.
He's back as soon as I'm ending stream? My goodness gracious, come on, dude.
My computer had a small issue, but I
No,
got it
it's
fixed.
fine. Are you all good?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, hopefully wherever you are, well, actually no, because you're back, Ein, anything you want to say, because I am ending off stream on my stream ending page.
No.
Wherever you are, wherever you may be, whether you're on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, or more, I hope that you all had a wonderful time on the cruise ship today. It's been chatreuseproxy, your wonderful windmate, the cruise ship captain, ever at your service, and have yourselves a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or night now. I messed up everything. Evening, afternoon? Okay, let's just end it off. Join the raid, everybody! Good night!
Fitting.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
God, I messed up the
That-
raid.
That was a fitting end after that chaotic stream.
Just chill me, dude. Just kill me.